Well, g'day footy fans and welcome to the magnificent Karen Rolton Oval for round 10 of the Adelaide Footy League Division 1 season. It's a glorious day today, but normally July can be dark days for a footy team. It's cold, it's wet, and it's especially tough if you're in a rut. Coming out of winless Junes, today's two sides know that this is the game. It might be their best chance for some long-awaited premiership points. Well, when the going gets tough, our live stream sponsors, they get going with some fantastic support. Thanks to the Banner Crew, 9 News, Buddy Bet, Sportal, Roll the Dice Racing, Archie's, Programs to Fit, Dartfish, Sports Interactive, and the Mosley Bar and Kitchen. Coming up, it's the Jewel of the Desperates, as Old Ignatians host Tea Tree Gully. Thanks to Filming Footy, this is the Adelaide Footy League. It may be July, but this is glorious. Blue sky abounding, magnificent facility, and we're downwind of the barbecue. What more could you want? I'm Phil Herden. I'm joined by Tommy Javor. TJ, what are we expecting between two teams that really need a win?
Phil, I'm not going to lie to you. This morning I sprung out of bed, took a big whiff, and I was like, is that an upset I can smell? No, it was my English Mastiff who'd passed wind. It's not an upset, so I jumped on the computer, I did my deep dive, I looked at the analytics, James like that one, and all of a sudden I was like, could Old Iggies do it? No, they can't. We're going to see the real Tea Tree Gully today, and during the broadcast, I'll explain why.
Because if you had to say a team was Jekyll and Hyde, it would be Tea Tree Gully. Brilliant start, very poor June.
3 times in the last 4 weeks, the team has combined for two goals in total. Today, you're going to see them lob on about 12 to 14 in these beautiful conditions.
And Old Iggies, I mean, we'll talk about it more as the game unfolds. It's a different Old Iggies team than what we've seen when they won the Div 2 Premiership and last year in Div 1.
And obviously I was part of the Glenunga club that they beat in that Div 2 Premiership. Thanks for that. It's not hard for me, just without notes, to think Brinoli, Rookie, Wilson, Wabbit, their captain, De Prince, I could go on and on. A lot of incredibly good players. You can't lose that quality and maintain the standards, and unfortunately that's what's happened to them.
Of course, we have a buddy bet each and every week. What have we decided on, TJ? Because you have got some work to do.
On the theory, oh yes, you're winning, okay. On the theory of the fact that Tea Tree Gully have scored a total of 2 goals in 3 of the last 4 games, I'm going to actually combine 3 players to score 2 goals themselves in a total of 6 and grouping it. It's a group bet. Personos, Brown and Brody Latham will score 6 or more between them today.
5 or less, I'm happy. 6 or more, you'll be telling me all about it.
I will let you know for sure, mate. What a day.
Plenty at stake, and the steaks smell delicious. We'll be back after we've had one, after the break.
Teaming up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy.
folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
And welcome everybody. Karen Rolton Oval, looking magnificent, one of the best facilities across the Adelaide Footy League. For a game between 2 teams just desperate for a win. It's as simple as that. Joining me, Phil Hurd and Tommy Javor. Tommy, first time you've called footy here, I believe. What do you reckon of the setup?
Well, this is the best viewing we've had on any ground. Obviously, we're elevated at the... Well, you can't fault Karen Rolton Oval, can you? As a place to play, coach, spectate, it is unprecedented. I mean, they play state cricket here, so it says it all.
And it is just the cricket area, the pitches looking a little muddy. That's it. The rest of the ground absolutely splendid. So let's see how these 2 teams are suited. And Premiership table probably doesn't give an indication of where these teams are at the moment, because Teacher Gully started 4-1, have lost their last 4, and it's not losing their last 4 that's the issue. Really, TJ, it's how they've lost them.
They are the 2 most out-of-form teams in the league at the moment, and probably what you'd expect to be a reasonably good matchup. But as you said, the ladder doesn't suggest that, and I think that's not the way it's going to play out today. 4
teams, 1 final spot is the way you and I both agree it's going to work out. Princes, Glenunga Port District, Sacred Heart, they look finals bound. Goodwood, I saw them last week upset Broadview. They're coming good. Brighton and Broadview will have their day. Look, if other results go certain ways, Teacher Gully could find themselves in 8th spot tonight. They really need the win. Old Ignatians, they have a win, but it was because St Peter's had an admin issue with the paperwork, not the win. Not the way you want to get your only win.
Done himself an administrational mischief, they did. You're right, Phil. Isn't it interesting? Teacher Gully will sit somewhere between 5th and 8th tonight, and don't underplay how important percentage is, because I think at round 18 we've seen teams relegated and make finals based on percentage.
Oh yeah.
So many times in so many divisions.
And if you look at the percentage as well, look how tight it is. Goodwood Saints with 3 wins actually have the best percentage of those 4. They just need the 4th win. Alrighty, let's have a look. We'll start with Old Ignatians. Here is their season so far. The 1 win because St Peter's disqualified themselves, therefore got 0. Old Ignatians got 37. Thank goodness they scored in the game, or else that would have been interesting. But anyway, as you can see there, a lot of opponent scores. 3 times they've cracked the ton. Although, to be fair, last couple of weeks, they got within 5 goals. They're getting more competitive.
Yeah, yet to kick 10 goals this year. And when we do in my stats deep dive a little later on, you'll just see where their problems lie, and that is in kicking goals. And I think the midfield of Teacher Gully today might be too strong.
And they lost to Teacher Gully by 93 points up at Pertaringa Oval. I doubt we'll see something similar here today.
No.
Let's have a look at the team of Old Ignatians, and yeah, some very new faces in this group.
And here they are.
Yeah. So, some late changes. We thankfully have got some numbers, and there's been a further change to that. Ed Shaw comes in for William McCarthy. Total of 5 changes for them. Growles, Maxwell, Sexton, Vanderhoven, Horner and Shaw come in. Out Jasper Davies, Emerson, Ferrari, Hugh Ferrari, Kelly Nader and the said McCarthy. Any players there that stand out that if Old Ignatians are to win, they're going to have to step up?
Max Alfred's appeared in the best players 5 times this year. He's a former Glenunga junior, wearing my number 23. Brandon Lord is their second leading goal kicker. Unfortunately, only 7 for the season, so not a huge outlier. But the man who was nominated multiple times for Team of the Year was Wolf Ferrari by our fellow commentators who've been watching Old Ignatians obviously throughout every game. So there's still some talent there.
So that's Old Ignatians, coached by Daryl Spencer. Petrie Gully's season really is Jekyll and Hyde. Only lost in the first half of the season so far, Glenunga by 52. But their last, and if you have a look at the scores, Port District they scored 21, Sacred Heart 23, Prince Alfred just 18. Hard to win games if you can't kick 5 goals of footy.
Yeah, for me, there's two bad results there. It's the Sacred Heart one and the Prince Alfred one. Again, without giving away everything, speaking to Justin, we've got 3 ACLs, a lot of players playing injured, lost their continuity. I expect them to be back today, just about at full strength. I think we have a look at their team.
Yeah, as mentioned, they scored 156, which is almost as much as more than they've scored the last 4 weeks in one game the last time they met. Let's have a look at the Gullies and how they line up, and I believe this lineup is correct. 4 changes for them as well. Tyler Martin, Tyson Breeden, Jaden Martin and Adrian Friday come in. In fact, Riley McCulloch, comes in, not Jaden Martin. Out, Jake Robinson, Oliver McNeely, Ashley Tucker and Ty Jaffa. So no Jaffa jokes, unfortunately. TJ, I know you've been prepping those.
No, but number 6, you've got him all over our monitor here with the teams. Cody Tate, Sticky. And I've got plenty of insight from not just Justin, but a couple of other spies at Petrie Gully. But that's starting to look like a very good... This is where they're going to win today. At the source, Luke Brown, Alex McKay, Chad Showmakers, Ryan Spittle. And, of course, the big man leading the Roll the Dice Player of the Year, Blake Penny on 10 votes, the ruckman.
Blake Penny. So that's not a bad effort for a team that's halfway up the ladder as Petrie Gully make their way. And we've got a little bit of a cheering off in the B grade as well.
Good energy from the boys.
So now might be a decent time, TJ, to talk about a bit more in depth about our buddy bet. And of course, when we bring this up, we do say gamble responsibly. You and I are going head to head again with our buddy bet. Let's reset it because I'm going to mark these down.
So people can just hit that code and bang, they're in buddy bet. Is that right? The code they see on the screen?
That's the code that you need.
Do yourself a favour.
So we've got it's all good. Personos is one. Who were the 3 players that you nominated?
So the 3 players I nominated are Personos, Luke Brown, and where is he?
Latham.
Yeah, it is Latham. He's there. Cool. Yeah.
I almost felt like selling you a dummy there, but I wouldn't get far, would I?
6 between them.
Okay. Well, they've scored this season 28 goals, which I guess for Petrie Gully is a fair chunk.
Yes,
which
averages to 3.1 goals a game, so I'm saying they'll double that output today. So it's a big call, but you're my buddy, and we're having a bet.
We're going to have a bet, and that's what it's all about. Sometimes it is fun to gamble responsibly, of course, with your friends, but it's even more fun to gamble head-to-head against them.
Oh, it certainly is, and gee, I love being at community. This is a young fella doing the gritty out in the ground, just grittying to himself. You ever done the gritty dance?
The hockey mascot.
No, the gritty's I think it's.
Yeah, Gritty's the Philadelphia Flyers hockey mascot.
Okay, there you go. I'm not sure where it derives from, but as the umpires take the field, we've got a couple of great umpires today. We've got the man wearing the Crosby sweater, Andrew Crosby, superstar former Sample. He would have umpired Sample Grand Finals.
Absolutely.
Can't get a better umpire than that.
He would know you well, I'm sure.
Yeah, we would be mates. And Mike Hill, Matt Hill, Brad Hill. Who we got?
Mark Hill, I think. I hope. You always make me worry I've done a typo when you start sprouting off.
Mark Hill.
Brett Heritage, Sam Scarman will be running the boundary, and it's a fairly biggish ground here as well, I might add. It looks big.
And like I said, I coached against them the last 2 years. They came up and did 2 with us and did 1. It is a great game. It's just a beautiful ground. Great game footy. And when it's still, chance of high scoring today.
A bit of mud in the middle, as you just saw there. Beautiful shot from ground level of the footy. But once you're out of the centre circle, and it's interesting, there's this little strip of green grass right down the middle. You could actually bounce the ball there if you had to.
You know what that reminds me of? That little strip running straight up. Nah, let's move on. It's just, a cricket pitch. Looks a bit like a cricket pitch.
It looks a bit like
a runway or a cricket pitch.
A very network between the pitches. There's the backdrop, the grandstand. Good crowd in. Barbecue was absolutely delicious. Thanks for that.
If this game's no good as well, they've got a giant screen with a racing on behind us, which is fantastic. The whole setup here is outstanding and a credit to the club and even the lights. They play night cricket here because the lights are really good.
I think they've played some twilight cricket.
Yeah.
I reckon some women's BBL might have gone a little late. Of course, one of the things is unless you're playing, when you're playing in the summer and daylight saving kicks in, the sun goes down at 8. If you're playing T20 until 9, don't need a lot. But a multi-purpose oval, which is great to see. And Old Ignatians certainly have done very well to secure this. So you've done some deep dives into this game, TJ. What have you come up with?
Well, as always, you like to look at the points in Div 1. A lot of teams run on 11 to 15 points. Not these two teams. Teacher Gully rely on their juniors.
So we're talking player points
allocated to...
in terms of what they have to stay under.
You're recruiting. Yeah. And look, to be in Div 1, generally you do have to do that recruiting and bring players in. Teacher Gully rely on a very, very strong junior program. Luke Brown, a former junior, he 0. So I believe they're playing on 0 points. It doesn't come up. But today, Old Eagles are playing on 3 points. Those players with points are Connor Bristow with 2, Anthony Chua on 1. I think it's Chua, it's CUA. Will we go with Chua on that?
Chua, why not?
Yeah, I like that.
Chua, yep.
Where I see their problem, I think at the source, Teacher Gully will be too strong. We've talked about their star names. I'll come back, Phil. We'll just watch the toss, and I'll tell you what, that head of Cross is going to shine all day long. I hope he's got his sunscreen on.
So the captains, Chad Schoenmakers for Teacher Gully, Bradley Jones.
Yep.
For Old Iggies, Brad Jones won the toss, is kicking to the north. Interesting, I was at another game of footy. The captain that won the toss went to the southern end first up. So, but Breeze, I don't think is an issue here.
No, of course, Brad Jones filling in for Sam Boots, injured captain. I got a message a week ago saying he's out long term. So again, they cannot take a trick here. But I'll just go back to this.
Yep.
So looking at times in the best on the internet. Now, I talked about it in the email when I was picking team of the year. A bit like dancing with your sister, getting in the best on the internet these days. It's not hard and fast all the time. Coaches play ducks and drakes, but we'll take it as face
with
value.
Best players as well.
With best players, oh, absolutely. Last year I coached and I rarely put my top 5 in best players. You throw someone in for encouragement, someone that's played a role, and anyway, you don't want to give the opposition the next week too much. But looking at times in best, Liam Elliott, Mitchell 6, Max Alfred 5, Will McCarthy 4, Hugh Ferrari 4, Sam Boots 4. Of those, Elliott, Mitchell, McCarthy, Ferrari, Boots all out. So that's 4 of their top 5. Max Alfred the only one who, again, he's not that old. He's a young. You can't build a team around a young player like that. And then you look at their goal scorers for the year. No one's cracked 10 goals in 9 games. Hugh Ferrari with 9, Brandon Law with 7, Quinn Spencer with 6. Well, Ferrari of the Hugh variety and Quinn Spencer aren't playing, which leaves Brandon Law with 7 goals. Now, he's a big four-chick cookie. He's a good-looking lad, good build, but, there's a lot for him to do.
The stat that I had was of the 21, and I've just checked with the changes yet, the 21, 19 have kicked less than 5 goals this season.
Yeah.
So
Lord and someone.
Lord and Jones is the one with
okay.
5.
Yep.
The other one, interesting, 11 have played reserves this season and 2 have played C grade.
Wow. Yeah.
Injuries, form, they're digging into their depth and seeing if they've actually got some.
And this is a team that won, I think, 53 of 54 reserves games on a fairly hot streak when I ran into them as a coach. And but that decade of dominance or era of dominance, a decade is over. And I mean, they got torched in the Bees today. So
the final score there: Teacher Gully 14-11-95, Old Ignatians 4-6-30. I did check at a 65-point win to Teacher Gully. I did check the C's. Was told the game is pending. I hope they didn't know. Otherwise, a bit of an issue. Very quickly, the 4 other games that's on, of course, they're live streamed thanks to Filming Footy. Port District Broadview. In a word.
Oh, you want tips? Yeah. Sorry, Phil. Drifting off there. Port District.
Sacred Heart, Goodwood Saints.
That's tough, isn't it? Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart, yep. Brighton Bombers, who got thumped 96 points the last time they played them, hosting Glenunga.
They'll be 12 goals better today and they'll lose by 5.
4 goals. Prince Alfred and St Peter's Old Colleges as well. It'll be fun off the field. I reckon one-way traffic on it.
Red.
And this one, TJ.
Teacher Gully.
Well, that's no fun because you and I are in agreement. But we do have our buddy bet to keep us intrigued through the course of the afternoon.
I'll even be specific, and it's dangerous doing this as a commentator. I'm going to say Teacher Gully by 6 goals.
Yeah, I'm going to be fascinated to see with what is as good a conditions as you're going to get in July, just how many goals we're going to see today and who's going to kick them. But we're set to go, and getting us underway, you're with Tommy Javor.
Can Blake tickets penny continuous dominance in the ruck? Bit of a neutral tap there. McKay at ground level. Ball bobs around. Quick clearance there. First one by Ryan Spittle. The man with the long neck, they tell me. But the first clearance from defence will be Old Iggies as they come to the outer side. Nice looking kick to far out wide. You're on the binos there, Phil. Who's got it?
Well, always have fun with Old Ignatians. At the moment, it is a Teacher Gully who's got it. Ends up in the hands of Tyler Martin, who's an in. On to Alex McKay. They've got the run through the middle. The kick inside 50 is the big one. It's a clunk. It's a mark. That was coming from Tyson Breeden, who's an in and having an instant impact.
Is that Luke Brown with the ball? I think it might be. Luke Brown, in the first time they met, when they won by 85 points, had 20 touches and a goal at half-time before he did his calf, and he wandered off, and it took him a long, long time to get over it. Probably why you won't see him in Team of the Year tomorrow, but he could well easily kick this.
Okay, Tyson, Luke Brown it is for one of TJ's goals. Not on this occasion. First score, Teacher Gully leading 1-0.
Probably too early for a handy point, but they do take the lead.
Well...
Yeah.
Very important to score in this game.
Yeah.
Very hard to win if you don't. So this will be the Old Iggies. And if I have trouble with Old Iggies numbers, I do apologise. But
they are tricky, aren't
if
they?
I was ever in charge of Old Iggies, the first thing I would do is just put a bit of a one-colour panel on the top of the back of the jumpers so you can see the number a little bit clear, especially the ones that have a 1 in front of it.
Yep. Penny and Alfred will do battle in the ruck, and you'll see that. Shout out to Tony Neal. That's the kick out they'll take all day. Long, wide to that wing. Bit of a dead wing out there. It goes there a lot. But Petrie Gully, they'll run. They'll clear for these. That looks like Persos. It might not be. It's quick, whoever it is. Might be Zach McKay. Long raking shot. Just the minor score. It was Zach McKay. That was all through Phil. I couldn't quite see the top. The top might not even be gone now from Zach McKay. A man who has made friends with every mirror he's ever met.
Don't you hate it when the players go and have a haircut?
Yes. Tickets Penny in front. He'd be saying after that one, our Roll the Dice Player of the Year leader at the moment. Dangerous kick, gutsy kick. That should open the angles up. Taken by Spittle. Started well early. Down to McKay. Is it? The ground level coming through, running through at pace. Pistoli Pete Personos, was it? No, it couldn't be because he's not celebrating hard enough. Who was that, Phil? Really good goal.
Might be your lad McKay again, maybe.
No, it's not McKay.
Okay. We'll work it out. I've just been spoiled. I've been watching an under-18s game with his numbers on the front. Always makes things a lot easier.
Good thing the weather comes from the west too. There's some very, very ominous clouds to the...
Ryan Spittle, who kicked
it is Spittle,
5 goals, along with Brodie Latham, who kicked 5 goals last time these two met. And Spittle was one of the best players. And last week's, well, there wouldn't have been a lot of best players because they went down to Prince Alfred by 97 points. And there's a Sportle scoreboard, nice and modern for the cricketers when they turn up.
Yeah, danger signs already with Spittle, the midfielder. In for Teatree Gully, I'll do Oldies in the next one. You've got Penny, of course, Boss McKay's in there, Spittle and Showermaker's the captain. A pretty good quartet that had led them to premiership glory some 4 years ago. 4.5 years ago.
Back in the middle. Tap to Penny. Old Iggy's looking to go forward 50 for the first time, which they will do. Bouncing ball. And that's an interesting concession from a fairway out by Heffernan. Thomas Ryan was lurking.
They call him Huey. Hef.
Wouldn't be doing that time on of the final quarter in a close game.
Showermakers. They use him a lot coming out of defence, don't they? Because he's such a nice kick of the ball.
When it needs to be spot on accurate. And there's a good attack on the footy by Josh Flynn. Couldn't take the mark. And now the Gullies are away.
And they're flying. They look for that man McKay in the middle. Better 1-2C action. And they're going quick. And they'll go down. They'll look for Brown. Will it? Oh, he comes out. Nearly a decapitation on each other there. Good smother, brother. I like that play there. That's Joshua Spence. He was very good last time I commentated. Bobbed up for 3 in the orange boots. Love that he's got them on. And McKay back with the pack with courage. Ball at ground level. Good tackling early from Old Iggies. They're in there. They're mixing in, as they say these days, Phil. And they need to do that. Umpire Andrew Crosby will come in and say, "I'll give it a ball up." Phil Hurden.
Just the attacking edge. Early signs are it could be a long afternoon for Old Iggies. Teacher Gully doing almost all of the attacking. This is through Tyler Martin. A high kick that will land 40 out. Front and centre. Personos it comes to. He lines him up. Sees the goal umpire's hat and says, "I'll aim for that." Brodie Latham with the assist. It doesn't count as 2 goals for you, TJ, but just the one. Peter Personos is on the board. And it's already an early 14-point lead to the 13-point lead, to Teatree Gully.
And when Peter Personos breaks the line 15 metres out, swings on his left and has a shot from 10, I reckon he'd kick it 9,999 times out of 10,000 because he doesn't mind one through the stickos.
Certainly has had the practice over the years.
Never heard his fingers handballing from that distance either.
Well, Nor should he.
No, that's what he's there
His
to
job
do.
is, if you kick the goals, kick the goals. You see our setup. We're up the top there. Hello.
Yes.
Yep, sort of. You can see our hands there.
Do the wave. And, of course, that's the first of my Buddy Bet 6 that I require.
Correct. In the first 3 minutes of the contest.
Penny taking control over Alfred, wins it at ground level, gives a quick handball out there. Looks for Spittle. Spittle just pushes it forward, makes it someone else's problem. Leading the race well is Noah Layden. Layden Hewitt, maybe we could call him. Come on! Awkward kick, but effective. It goes forward, and that first chain moving forward for Old Iggy's here. Phil, what are the binoculars telling us?
Telling us it went through the hands of Jack Sexton. We got some late number changes, so if that freaks us out, we do apologise. No chance to go back to Officeworks and reprint, unfortunately. Gully's with a defensive turnover, but they've turned it over themselves. There's going to be an inside 50 kick towards the forward pocket, looking for Ryan Thomas. Manages to elude two, will get the snap away, needs a good bounce, and it will be taken out of bounds. I reckon that's not a bad result for Old Iggy's. They're going to have a chance to set up something forward 50.
Yep. Big shout out there. Again, the numbers are doing my head in. He's number 7, so that's Austin Horner. It was breaking the line down back, taking the game on, getting it forward. Good play, Austin Horner.
Quick kick out.
Last touch, and he's well done. Shades of an Englishman pushing it over the line for 4.
I must admit, it has brought that element into the game, the desperate touch before it goes over the boundary line. Yes, you and I think most sporting-loving people in Australia are enjoying.
Yes.
Nothing like cricket in England at this time of year.
If there's something I know about, it's desperate touches. There's Tea Tree Gully at ground level now, but no, well won by swinging around on the right foot. Not great connection, though. Oh, here we go, ground level. Old Iggy's with a chance here. Open goal beckons. Handball, number 14. He's missed it. It was a big
Ferrari.
chance. That is Will Ferrari. Now, it looks like he's playing up forward today. Not probably where he's played most of his football this year.
3 goals from 9 games. He was 18 from 18. The ex-double blue and Mitcham Hawke Jr.
Oh, he just thought Alex McKay was 6'6" then. He's kicked it straight over his head out of bounds. It'll be...
Oh. This is Old Iggy's little purple patch at the moment. Can they get a goal out of it? Thomas Ryan. Checking out the...
Thomas Ryan, sorry. He's got 2 first names. I've thrown you.
Yes, you have. Not the first, might be the last.
Yeah.
He's checking out the picket fence at the moment.
Yep.
And of course the hospital, North Terrace, Port Road, all in the background. That looks like a pretty
That is a chance.
Kick.
I'll tell you what, that's a chance for, Phil. That could be our Moseley Voucher Player of the Day. Was that?
No, Moseley Voucher is the Moseley Bar and Kitchen Team Player of the Day.
All right. What was
but
that one?
the play of the day is the Neomouth Mouthguards.
Yes, and that was an absolute beauty from Thomas Ryan.
That is an early contender for sure and certain. And, well, Old Iggy's needed the goal to stem the margin back to just 6 points. And suddenly a blue sky day has sort of disappeared. We've got cloud coverage. It's got a little bit cooler. Might check the radar and see if there's any rain forthcoming. But we're back in the middle.
Yes, and in the middle for Old Iggy's, we've got Scanlon, Ferrari, Bristow. I've missed one. I think it might be Maxi Alfred, is it? It is.
Alfred in the ruck.
Those 4 just need to get a bit of ascendancy back. Tickets, Penny again, releasing handball. Good play.
He'll kick it inside 50. Almost the clunk there by Gullies. Hot footy 30 metres out. Everyone just sort of poles on top. Oh, stealing it, taking it. Gets the hand pass out, kick around the body. That was Dylan Wilson to Chad Schoenmakers. There's a loose ball 20 metres out from goal, but eventually Bradley Jones, who's the acting captain today, manages to clear it momentarily. 1-on-1 contest between Tyler Martin and Max Alfred. Max Alfred was dealt with illegally, says the umpire, and he'll get the free.
He's paid a hold, Phil, but he pushed him in the back. So just a bit of confusion on the signal there. Oh, one-handed there, Alex McKay going back with the flight where Angel's fair to tread, and that's a throw off the tackle, but umpire says I see nothing. And they'll spin out and chain of handballs. Oh, nice cut off there by the Old Iggy's I'm not sure we're even on at the moment. Nice little shepherd there from Will Ferrari behind play. We are back. Well, yeah, Will Ferrari shepherd behind the play just allowed the player with the ball to have an uncontested entry into the forward line, puts pressure on the defenders. He gives away the free kick. Free kick is one. Goal. Old Iggies. Here come the Iggies.
They're the Wolves, I think, is there.
You are kidding me. No, Teacher Gully are the Wolves.
Well, Teacher Gully are the Gullies. I think you'll find that both have a wolf logo that they don't call themselves the Wolves. But the if you have a look at the old Iggy's logo just in front of you, TJ, you'll see the shield held up by two Wolves. Only in rare dispatches. Sportal scoreboard, Tea Tree Gully 4-3-27, Old Ignatians 2-3-15. A 2-goal lead to Tea Tree Gully. We've had 6 goals kicked from 2 teams that haven't been noted for a lot of goals in recent times. I would say, at the moment, excellent playing conditions for July. Division 1 of the Adelaide Footy League. That was great work to break 3, but it was only momentarily and should be holding the ball. Will Ferrari with the tackle.
Interesting to see, Phil, as well. So often we see all players within 75 to 80 metres of the ball. Whilst that player was in motion, players were spread out 110, 115 metres. So it is a bit more open today. I think the coaches want to score some goals.
Still trying to work out if this is a bigger oval or it's just big because we're up high. 50-metre arc is sort of at the edge of the centre square, so it sort of indicates maybe not. Yeah. That was I was about to say,
That nearly pushed me over, it was that obvious.
Anthony Chua, well, if you thought you were going to get away with that one, everybody saw it. The kick by Gully's down to the centre wing. Lands in the hands of Harley. He's already got a bit of mud on him, showing he's been doing some work. Lands beautifully for Cansdale. His personal open space, you say, was it 9,999 times?
Yes.
That's the one.
No, well, when he's 10 metres. I think Tom Washer, if he could have his time again, might have gone hard at the player, but fortuitously Personos didn't make him pay. Big job for young Washer. He'll hopefully be cleaning up Personos. Washer, cleaning, that's terrible. Okay,
keep
long
at
kick,
it. You'll get there.
Same spot, not same result, but a good mark to Old Iggies this time. And they'll push forward, and they'll get it down to a one-on-one, which is important. Is that Ferrari down there? And good spoil there by his Tea Tree Gully defender. I might have to get on the binoculars. These binoculars, Phil, so powerful, I can see them changing my future.
So powerful they could charge up your Metro card as the tram goes along.
Yeah, that thing's going to be in my way all day, though.
But it gives the fans a great view of the two of us nattering away. It's going to be the clearance. It's going to be Old Iggies with the kick. This is from long range. I reckon he's dobbed it. He has.
I reckon that might be Will Ferrari, is it?
Well, it was certainly at the skill level that suggested that. Just waiting for the old jumper turn. It's not coming in a hurry. We'll confirm in a sec.
Again, bit of a shootout here, and whilst it looks easy enough for Tea Tree Gully when they get in their forward line, defensively, looks just as easy for Old Iggies, to be fair. 6 scoring shots, 3 goals, 3. And it was Tom Scanlon, was it?
He's waiting for him to turn.
I think it's number 21.
If it is, he hasn't kicked a goal until today, and he's turned 270 degrees. He's got to turn around eventually. Here we go. It is Tommy Scanlon. Well picked up, TJ.
Yeah,
that's got to be the longest wait I've had in a while for a goal.
Yeah. And he just makes it. He just puts the team on the back. Says, "I'll win the clearance. I'll get it down. I'll get it there quickly from point A to point B." And you know what? You can call it dumb luck, but I call it good positioning. You play in front, you get the rewards. Again, is it that man Luke Brown?
It is.
Just footy smart, so he won't be handballing this one off.
No. Well, he hasn't got a goal yet. He'd like to register that.
I'd like him to register it too.
Yes. You've already got 2 of your 6.
And he does. And I think he's going to be a handful down there. That's his first of what I expect to be more than 1.
Well, he played some games with the Adelaide Crows at Sandford level. 5th goal for the season.
Sportal replay, Phil.
We get the Sportal replays. Good to see. It doesn't count double. Let's just count that at the start. So 13-point lead to Tea Tree Gully. Entertaining start to this contest. 8 goals kicked.
Well, smell of the barbecue's just wafting through, Phil.
There's been a wind change. We're downwind of the barbecue now.
That's not good for me.
Yeah. We will take a long halftime break, won't we? Because we got to sample some of that before.
A couple of good AFL games going on. Your beloved Eagles playing today as well.
Yeah.
And of course some great Div 1 games. It's some games Always interested to see the scores. And again, Blake Penny controlling the ruck here. Will he win this tap? Early jump, and he misses everything, and Blake just takes possession. One thing he does really well, puts it down ground level. They've got the run, but changing the script there. Old Iggy's defender, well done. Quick kick outside. Good lead-up play. Pushing probably just a bit hard at the ball then. Oh, he just loses his footing there. Must keep your feet. Makes it someone else's problem. It's Thomas Ryan. Quick hands. Good play.
Van der Hoven.
It's easy for you to say. Wasn't he? Didn't he get the silver in the Olympics? Van der Hoven. Thor Packett. Van der Hoven. Was that?
Oh, yes. only 22 years ago, or 23 years ago.
Well, I don't think it was Van der Hoven, but it was close enough.
Yeah, Kieran Perkins and Grant Hackett, 1,500 metres. Peter Van den Hoven, I think it was. Yeah, you're right. Throw in, 30 metres out, back to this ball game. Gee, you're a distraction sometimes.
Sorry, mate. Teacher Gully, chain of handballs, and just good pressure there from Will Ferrari. I've liked his game early, not just because he's gone into Team of the Year.
So tell us about this team, as we've got a free kick quickly before Gully's march it down. What's the Team of the Year?
The first one. Team of the Year, of course, is picked at the 9-round mark, halfway mark. Every team has a representative. And
you've been given that job.
I am the captain.
A first-year guy, given the job of the Team of the Year.
Let's be honest, Phil, it's not my first year. It might be the first year of this company. I've been around, I'm old. So obviously we've got nominations from all commentators. The aim was at the halfway point to get someone in from every team. So
all commentators.
Well, were you not in the email, Joe?
No.
Oh, gee, good. You just missed out on some work. It's all right, Phil. We think the same. It's teacher go. They're coming aboard. Both teams only get one rep. Oh, that's a use of the and umpire Crosby's seen it like that. He's just used his leg almost a bit of a Cobra Kai front kick just to push him off. Yeah.
Cobra Kai, yes.
And he's done himself
at the Tri-Valley State Championships.
It was.
Connor Bristow.
And Connor Bristow does not find amusement in it.
No.
That we have found. But I don't know if we can get a replay of that. Can I call for replays? Is that my skill set?
Jacko used to.
Oh, hang on. We might get a Javor replay here. And I reckon he's
hang on. You can ask for one. You can't sponsor
it. Here we go. The Sport Replay brought to you by Tommy Javor. TJMC for hire. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He has
the swan kick. Okay.
The crane kick.
The crane, that's it.
Miyagi do karate. Anyway. No, there's not much in it, by the way. I don't want to make light of it. But sometimes you just get caught in the wrong spot. As I said, Connor Bristow wouldn't have enjoyed it much.
No, but he's up. He's up. He's coming off the field. You watch the footy as I watch the injury. And, bit of assistance from either side.
There it is, the 45 kick that breaks everything open. Finds Tyson Breeden. Tyson Breeden making his way back in after a long injury layoff. One of the really valuable inclusions, just to get that team balance, that structure. They look good now and they move the ball. And you say that and he kicks a disco biscuit. Penny, though, doesn't get ambition and capability. He's confused. Nice little one. Off to a better user of the ball. Long ball. And he wanted it. He said, I'm coming. Adrian Friday on a Saturday will line up from 40 metres out.
Okay, in 10 seconds, disco biscuit.
A disco is a flat little biscuit that just spins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At the disco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a frisbee.
Okay, frisbee.
Frisbees with disco.
Frisbee I get. It's all good.
That's what we're going with.
Nicely done. Gullies have their sixth and they're doubling Old Ignatians. 6-4-40, Old Ignatians 3-3-21. A 19-point lead, ticking over 24 minutes. Just there's a potency out forward for Teacher Gully that I just think Old Ignatians is not going to be able to match for a full 4 quarters.
More potent than my English Mastiffs win this morning, Phil. But in all seriousness, Adrian Friday, first goal. Really happy to see that. The game against Broadview that I commentated, I was on with Tony, did his shoulder in the first 30, 40 seconds, and he was in all sorts. He was projectiling. He was in pain. He was gone for the day. So to see him back, and again, as I said, Justin Moscato, they've been absolutely cruel by injuries. It's affected them the last month, but today could be a turning point.
Yeah, he's only played in the Bs last year, 15 games for 2 goals. He's split between A's and Bs, and he wasn't in this week. Charging hard at the ball was Van der Hoven, and he was rewarded by being driven into the turf by Spittle. Gully's attacking edge of the centre square. 25 minutes, so quarter time not too far away. Penny with another ruck win. Gully's with another clearance. Alex McKay with another high shot.
Oh, Alex
Umpire
McKay
says you have the advantage because there's 2 players free, 60 metres out. To the hot spot we go where there's just jumpers everywhere. And somehow Old Ignatians, I've got no idea how they can tell who's who in the zoo there. They tried to clear it, caught holding the ball. Oh, boy.
He might have a shot from here.
It's your lad.
Are you a Seinfeld fan at all?
I know enough about Seinfeld to be able to talk Seinfeld.
There's an episode where they have heightening. Heightening is when dwarfs put lifts in their shoes to get taller.
Yes.
Well, Alex McKay does the opposite of heightening. He loses his height when he gets tackled. He does it incredibly well. It's a skill these days. Not to take anything away from his medals that he's won, his premierships, but it's a skill. They need to adjust to it. Personos from 45.
Unloads. That's a lovely kick.
That's
another one in the Tommy Javor scorebook. Personos has 3 1/4. TJ's, I've got about 2 goals left to play. I've got a goal left to play with.
This happened the other day, though. Nothing happened for me for 40 minutes. Just to close out the Alex McKay one. So if Dwarfs putting lifts in their shoes is heightening, he's shrinking. When he gets tackled, he allows himself to drop his height. Yep. And Bo Schwartz does it. Players in every team do it because you get a free kick from it and it changes momentum. So not being that critical of it. I'm just saying they've got to be aware to it. And you've got to hit the hips. You've got to hit the hips. And it doesn't matter
aim low and give you. Well, the thing we got to do is you've got to give yourself some margin for error.
Yeah, and when you tackle with one arm out, you open yourself up to trouble.
Back in the cricket pitch, just out of the cricket pitch on the lovely grass here.
And of course, all this expert analysis, Phil, comes from a coach who lost another game last night. So, but it's all about development.
That's the first time you've confessed to me you've actually lost a game coaching, Tony. Tommy. So I was thinking losing. I think so. You commentate. I'm going to dig myself out of the hole.
Front. Good effort there.
I managed to offend 2 of my co-commentators in one shot.
All good. Friday, battling at ground level. I think this will be a ball up, will it? And in he comes. And we're getting close to quarter time. We have had 10 goals scored, 27 going 28-minute mark now. 7-4 plays 3-3. It is a high-scoring affair. And Tea Tree Gully with their handball has been able to. They've just been able to open the game up with a handball, pretty much from any area on the ground.
Running numbers. They're enjoying having a little bit less pressure than they would have endured at the hands of Prince Alfred and Sacred Heart and Port District in recent weeks.
Yeah, and now they're structured up well as well. Penny, 45 metres behind the ball. They've got a pair off. They've got the spare. McKay out the back of the stoppage, so it's not far for them to go, and they should have the outnumber
dead set. That was dead set Wallabies in action there. Will Ferrari at halfback getting the kick away from the scrum.
Yeah. Oh, good tackle. And umpire Crosby says holding the ball. Managed to pin an arm there. Well done. He's certainly had a crack here, young. This is the kid with 2 first names, isn't it?
Thomas
Horner?
Ryan?
No, Austin Horner.
Austin Horner, okay.
I think that's Austin Horner, isn't it? It's hard because they're...
I'll confirm with you in a sec, mate.
Oh, good mark. Well done. Carl Hodges just made it his own, jumped over the pack. Looks like a very young fella, Carl Hodges. Still a bit of filling out to do, but a great grab. And he'll have a shot from about 45 out, and he would have practiced from here plenty of
so
times.
the player in question was number 7, Austin Horner.
I got that right.
You got that right.
That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I knew his cousin, Little Jack. So... You set me up, mate. I'll knock you down. Let's get back to the play. Carl Hodges.
We could do volleyball really well, couldn't we?
Yes, Jason Rivet running volleyball. He's going to kick right on the 50. It's high, it's up, it's under, and that's just forced him to go a little wide. And it's 3-4. Plays 7-4. 4-goal lead. I'm looking forward to. I love your quarter time updates, Phil Herden. I really do.
Oh, better set those up, hadn't I? Thanks for the reminder.
That's where I was going.
Scores around the grounds.
Mm-hmm. Now they'll come out this way. They have all day. I can't see why they'd change it. It's worked. And he plays on, and he comes out this way. To about 60 metres out. Pack forms. Blake Penny in front. Great mark. They're showing some signs, old Iggies. They just string together. That's Noah Layden. Come on. Left footer. Hits it to the hot spot. Again, they need a big grab, but it's all Tea Tree Gully taking the grab there. Old Iggies player tries to steal it. It was number 13. That was Jack Sexton. Tea Tree Gully ball. Same spot right out here. Look for Friday, but in front is, and it's a good mark. It's a juggling mark to Anthony Chua. The Chew man.
So Chua, too far out to score. That's, well, sort of trying to centre it. I don't think he was quite intending for that spot, however. There's Horner going down. Yeah, just did everything except get the ball. Flynn. And they seem to have more time and space, the Gullies, when they've got it. This time Tyler Martin gets it out to the outer wing. And Teacher Gully are away with a long penetrating kick to the free player. Personos again in space.
Too slow.
Oh
But
my
in the
goodness,
back,
he's collected, but
In the back. Yeah. And
great
look,
tackle in some sports.
did
But
everything right until the last bit there, Oscar Rice, Phil.
yeah, I mean, how do you teach your players? Oh, Personos is shoeless, bootless,
Didn't think he was going that bad.
but
And
he's,
a
but
big
he's
mark.
still.
Yeah.
And look,
So the thing with Luke Brown as well, that's 3 contested marks in the 450. That's what you consider a good game. So
Yep. do Buddy Bet do early payouts?
yeah. I'm not allowed to take early payouts. You know, my wife has a name for me when I take early payouts.
Okay,
Custard genitals.
right.
So I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
We see him out. And Luke Brown, just near side. And, that ball will take a couple of minutes to get back.
31 minutes have gone, and I'm pretty sure time stops
Yeah, it does.
after a behind. Into the parklands and the Exi-Loos out the back, and they
They play that song, don't they, when you close the door?
Yeah,
What the
they do.
world needs now. Went in one of those yesterday, Phil, and someone
You always
left a
feel so
present
much
for me.
better exiting the exit, Lee, don't you?
Yeah.
Kick coming right down the middle.
Oh, little nudge.
It's skedaddled everybody. I think 2 odd Ignatians players sort of career. Penny that was just a smart tap.
Clever. Friday. Oh, took his head hit the ground then. That's not good.
Yeah,
All
that is
accidental.
up. He's got a little bit of a bounce there with all the hair.
Yeah.
Towards the
Person
hot
off
spot.
Sparky.
This is where Gullies have been all afternoon so far. On this occasion, clearing kick.
Oh!
And that's an
Oh!
interesting decision for no, that's no mark.
No sense of theatre there from umpire strikes back. And it's 7-5, plays 3-4 at quarter time, Phil.
It is indeed. It is Teacher Gully, who struggled to kick 5 goals all game. Have kicked 7 in the first quarter. They're 7-5-47. Old Ignatians, well, they're hanging around 3-4-22. A 25-point lead to the visitors. You're Tommy Javor and Phil Herden. And you're watching the Adelaide Footy League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
Nine News, teaming up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back. Quarter time here at Karen Rolton Oval. Just getting some scores around the grounds at the moment. I can tell you Broadview are leading Port District by 13 points,
Open
TJ.
team.
Early days.
Yep.
And I can tell you that it is Glenunga leading Brighton 15-7. They've already started the second quarter. You've got a couple of other scores from outside the Adelaide Footy League whilst they transition to some other games.
Certainly the Crows by 26 points at Amy. Expected Bulldogs in a close one with the Dockers. It's just 5 points difference. But Phil, I know who you're waiting for. Your beloved Eagles. You want to know what's happening there, don't you?
We're the mighty Eagles, and I want to know the score.
Down by 7 points in the second quarter against South. The Bloods down by 7 points against Port. So interesting there.
Have worked at both clubs, but fair to say my heart's been with the Eagles for just that little bit longer, and they didn't sack me. So.
Out comes the axe. Also, just received a big shout out from my wife, who's loving the commentary and the Seinfeld references and the references of her. So.
Hello to Katie. Katie, can I just say, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, neither do I,
but
mate.
I'm glad someone does. And just the Prince Alfred Collegians. I've just picked the goal. They are 27-point leaders at Park 9. Should add all those other games just in the early minutes of the second quarter because those went a bit long.
Say 27 minutes. 27 points, they're up.
33 to 16. So they went from
17.
27 to 33.
17
5-3 to 2-4. So leaders, Glenunga, no surprise. Broadview by 13, bit of a surprise. Sacred Heart 21 to 1. And Prince Alfred by 17. There are your scores around the Adelaide Footy League. We'll give you more of those at halftime, three-quarter time, and with a bit of luck at game's end to give you an idea what the premiership ladder looks like.
You know what's disappointing me, Phil? The Tea Tree Gully guys right next to us, we're saying nice things. They come back with 3 beers for each other, Kransky rolls, nothing for us. What's going on, boys?
It's okay. We get a halftime break. So, we're both coaches here. You can see at the moment. And look, if I was old Ignatians, I'd be a bit encouraged. So far, yeah, we've conceded 7, but at least we've put 3 on the board. If we can tighten up, we might get just back in this ball game. There's the secret whiteboard we just had a look at.
Yeah, it looks to me like Tea Tree Gully have lost a player for the day there. He is, he's walking like me. That's not a good sign. He's going to turn around, and it's number, I think it might be Tough Stickers, is it? James Harley, the man with all the ink. It is, I
You've
believe.
lost me on it. Oh, you're 14?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they call him Stickers because he's inked up.
Right.
He doesn't like money in the bank, likes money on the skin, and that's all good. Each to their own. You got any tattoos, Phil?
No.
Yeah, I had one, but he just stood there all day going, "The blame, the blame." It's a joke from the 70s, love, mate.
I get it.
I know you get it. That's
I get it.
Let's get back to the play, Phil.
Second quarter, thank goodness you're with Tommy Javor.
Okay, big tickets, Benny, and the numbers are doing my head in, Phil. And Oscar Rice, I think, in the ruck. All at ground level. Tea Tree Gully, just good tackle there. Going to come up for a secondary stoppage.
Just to explain our confusion, folks, we have a beautiful, normally a beautiful numeric roster, all laid out, colours for each, lots of 10. And Old Ignatians have given us 5 players and 6 number changes.
And, yeah, numbers are all,
and
over,
it's
the
all
place.
over the place.
And their numbers are very hard to read. I don't know if you picked that up on the screen. Probably just think we're old.
But he's not hard to pick up. Peter Persinos pounces, picks up, precision kick to Josh Spence, just trying to get as many pieces as I could. Now it's Brody Latham. No, not for another goal. He missed.
Or was Showmakers, so he
wasn't Showmakers even better, thank you.
Yeah, the old pooper valve tightening then, didn't you, Phil? You thought that was going to... Would that be in the bet? No, 4 of 6. Buddy
got
bet.
4.
Yeah, do yourself a favour. I'm on Buddy bet. I love it. All right. And
just explain, if you've joined us late, our Buddy bet of the week is that Luke Brown, Peter Persinos and Brody Latham will kick 6 or more goals. That's TJ's bet. I've said unders.
Ferrari with nice left foot. Looks 4 and 5. They're a long way away. Phil, I'll get on the binos. You call the play.
Yep. Well, looks for the hot spot, but the player in front, Tyson Breeden, who's another in, has read that very well, had that all the way. Wherever you look, there just seems to be more black and red than the tricolours of Old Ignatians, and they have space.
Oh.
On this occasion, it's Cansdell, evades his opponent well. Again, there's a Tea Tree Gully player in space, but that one's over the picket fence, and that'll take a bit of chasing because it's downhill there.
One of the things I picked up, I liked his first quarter. I actually put him in the best players, really quarter-by-quarter best players. Austin Horner has gone from down back to up forward to give him a bite around the packs, maybe. Or perhaps he only plays at one end of the ground. I don't know. But he has gone down forward, and he'll play that small forward role, that crumbing role. Again, the ball. Yep,
yeah, we got it.
Now.
Old Iggies have it in the, what do you call it, the hospital end here, the Port Road end.
Yeah, big Jimmy Kennedy, is it? It is. Nice, neat little kick there. Looks for and finds Noah Leighton. Come on. Okay.
Leighton assesses the options.
Nice left.
Big pack of players. Where's Penny lurking?
Oh.
Well, they could have raffled it, and in the occasion, the winner of this week's mark is Tyler Martin. Back in the lineup. Chris crosses the centre square. This is where Old Iggy's have a man back. There was a push, and it will go the way of James Kennett. No. James Kennedy picked it up. It's going to be Anthony Chua.
So often we overlook the defenders because the forwards, well, they kicked the goals and the midfield started all. But Tyler Martin down back's been excellent so far today.
Surprised we haven't come up with, in the evolution of the game of Australian rules football, some defensive stats.
Oh, how dare you. The golden fist, my friend. The late Danny Spud-Froy.
So, 5 golden fists. Is that what we're talking about? I mean, if you're assigned to, and I know it's tricky, but, if you hold a player and they only scored, you get points. Because you don't. Dream Team is about doing something. You don't get points when you don't allow your opponent to do something.
Yep. That's true. That's why someone like John Blakey was so highly regarded at North Melbourne. But outside of North Melbourne, people would say who? Would do jobs like on Darren Jarman and the big names and run around and get 3 touches for the day.
Charlie Maxwell. His old Ignatians A-grade debut this afternoon. His kick probably should have been marked. It wasn't.
Well, he should have been kicked through the goals, mate.
Well,
He's only 40 metres out.
And
on a beautiful day.
No breeze.
Looked like he poked at it, mate.
Yeah. Bit of nerves.
Yeah.
Played 2021 with the Walkerville Cats. 9 games in the Resis this year.
He's going to go again. Good ground. All just offs up the handball and they'll clear again.
I'm not sure if he's a goal kicker because he keeps on passing it.
Oh. Late spoil there, I guess. And Luke Brown. This Brown fella's good.
Too far out to score, TJ.
Yeah, puts it to the advantage of the Teacher Gully player, controlling the drop zone, running onto the ball, but they'll see it out of bounds, I think, will they? No?
No, that's Brody Latham there on that occasion.
It's been quiet today, Brody.
Yeah, that's all right. He's got 3 quarters to kick your last 2 goals.
Yeah.
Time is on your side.
Oh, good grab. Like that.
Yeah, that's Carl Hodges.
Yeah, young fella.
Centres the ball, finds Connor Bristow. There you go. Managed to call a couple of Old Icky numbers in succession.
A lot of that, though. They just too strong. Oh, danger, danger. But, oh, yes, the pressure there. That's holding the ball. But, no, nothing to it. McKay will go again.
Well, he's certainly making a second and third effort. Trying to get the ball out of defence. And now he's going with the 4th effort.
There we go.
With some extras after the stoppage.
But argy-bargy. How's your... Oh! Oh, don't you pull it out. I thought he was going to card him. So he has fallen vertically from a push in the chest. That is Spanish dive team type stuff.
The Spanish dive team. Why are you picking on the Spanish dive team, TJ?
Name a famous Spanish diver. They're not very good.
Okay. We're not talking the Liga, are we? We're talking...
Well, maybe a bit of that too.
Okay.
Okay. La Liga. Good. Well done. Good interception there, Old Iggies. Maxi Alfred, it might be. And they've got a few nice, neat left footers, haven't they, in this team, Old Iggies?
And look, they're playing reasonably poised football. They're getting it, and they're having some time to look up, and they're getting a bit of a possession count going.
I want to call it Phil Vanderhoven comes inside. Eventually ends up in the hands of Ferrari. He'll drive this long.
I was about to... Yeah, I was sad I haven't heard any car puns from you. And yep, sure enough, there it was on cue.
Yep.
That's Alex McKay again getting in the thick of it. Spittle picks up. He's upended. So I think he's providing some pressure here, although that's off the ball apparently.
Yeah,
and it will
so
be
that's the one I've got a bit of a problem with. I'll get over it quick enough, but he's tackled him when he's in possession. He just drops the ball and he's done for
and
the
suddenly
hole.
you tackled. Like if the tackle has started,
not tackle him?
If the tackle has started when you've had the ball, you surely are allowed a little bit of what I'd call release time.
Not to criticise Cross, who's a great umpire, but you see it at all levels now. You tackle someone with a ball, it comes out, and you get pinged for holding. I don't understand the physics.
Half the time you don't know if it has come out. That's your problem.
Well, how can you know?
As Braden's kick looking for...
good grab.
Good grab, Josh Flynn.
I've just given him a clap. It's been quiet today, Flinny, but I've really... he's got a habit of bobbing up and having little purple patches. It's the 3rd time I've called Teacher Gully this year, and he's impressed me each time.
Well, looking for his first goal this season.
Now I've got some good mail on him too as he lines up. He's a bit, and this is from a Teacher Gully person, a bit of a space cadet, has a real happy vibe about him, real happy all the time. He's frowning at the moment, but when he kicks the goal, watch the happiness come out.
Okay.
And
what a shame
he
he
happy
missed.
with that.
Okay. What's your definition of a space cadet?
Like, well, he didn't do maths 1 and 2, physics and chem at school.
But don't you need to do maths, physics, engineering to be a space cadet?
Space cadet. He's easy going. He doesn't worry about too much.
So this is the opposite thing.
Yeah, this is what
he's no rocket scientist.
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Yeah, but a happy-go-lucky.
Happy-go-lucky. Loves life. Lives for the moment.
I think the word hippie came up, but I don't want to. I don't want to go the connotations that are attached to hippies.
Oh,
I think they're like gypsies. They're misunderstood. Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to give you a week off again, Peter. You have a week off and you just load up with 2 weeks worth of stuff. I don't know if I can cope.
That's beautiful kick down the
That's
gullet.
the way you do it at any football game, right down the gut. Secondary kick coming. Player taking out of the contest will get the mark, and this will be a coast-to-coast chance for the Wolves of Old Ignatians. It's going to be Jack Sexton, one of the incomers to this contest. Suddenly the ground bathed in sunshine, which is nice to see.
The whole time you were talking there, it took me that length of time to find Jack Sexton on the sheet.
Yeah, I know.
But he got the free kick on the wing. We're down forward line now.
I've got the beauty of having it on an Excel spreadsheet where you can move them up and down.
Good chase there, Austin. Good boy.
Oh, look, Old Ignatians they're behind on the scoreboard. The scoring has dried up.
Yeah, 9 minutes, no score field. No goals, anyway.
And they're winning their share of one-on-one contested footy. And even ruck taps and clearances.
But again, Tyler Martin, probably best defender on the ground for mine at this stage. Beautiful cross, baby. Dangerous kick. Zach McKay, though, keeps his feet. Absolutely crucial, and that should allow Teacher Gully to clear. Stays in the contest now, he'll get the ball. That was the key piece there. Keep your feet. He had body pressure come to him, but he didn't fall over. And he gets it back for a third time. Releases the handball. They cut him open now. No. Again, Old Iggy staying in the contest. Player just drops to his knees there a little bit. And the big fella, the young fella, Hodges out there it might be. They'll come in board, those neat left footers again. Look for and find Leighton. All right, they're running from behind the ball. Now, they're working here. They are working. Yep. Little shift in the momentum. Just a little one.
Yet to put any pressure on the scoreboard, but they're
again.
Having their moment, and they're right down the middle. I like the fact that they're not getting out of the contest, and they found Maxwell, and he's a bit closer this time, I think.
Yes, Ferrari right down the leading lane then. That's where he, pardon me, he drove the ball. And, yeah.
You're going to use that all day, aren't you?
No, that was appropriate that time.
No,
it's not just comedy.
Good description.
And again, I'm a bit flat that I've named him in a back pocket in Team of the Year, but it's what happens when you get these nominations and you've got 15 on balls.
So when has the Team of the Year been announced?
No, it gets announced.
Between the posts?
Well, the back pocket just got announced. Yeah, between the posts, which we're recording tomorrow, and we'll probably go to air on Tuesday.
Stay tuned for that, as long as some...
You got commentary Team of the Year. Well done.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
that's good.
He snuck it in.
Don't know why, but there's a moment. Let's give the moment to Charlie Maxwell, who's just kicked his first goal at A-grade level for Old Ignatians. And you can see, whilst we took a while to jig to that moment, his teammates didn't.
Yeah, they all get around him. Well done to young Chuck. That's a good result. And, his first. And Old Iggy's winning the quarter, 11 minutes in.
Yeah.
There can't be a scoring end, can there?
Well, it's interesting. There was, I was at a game earlier at Norwood, and the southern end was the scoring end.
When I played here, the northern end, that's northern. The northern end was the scoring end.
Yeah, and on a cold day, you'd expect a southerly northern end. But, I mean, there's no windsock here. We're looking at a whole stack of trees that are just...
flaccid.
Pretty, yeah, exactly right.
Quick kick there, just a little ground ball kick there by Gullies. Again, they're working hard. Ferrari's kick smothered. He works back into the contest. I'm liking this. It's a real contest. This ain't going to be a walkover. You're going to have to work for it, Teacher Gully. And again, they get a clearance here. Just starting to win some of these one-on-ones. Oh, he comes crashing in. But the tackle is applied and well applied at ground level. Is there a better footballer than Alex McKay? Perhaps not in Division 1. And they've got time here to relieve in the form of Brodie Latham. Nice inboard kick. That'll open up the angles for Phil Herden.
Thanks.
Oh.
Dylan's going to open up the angle. I'm not sure if that... Okay. Didn't go in the exclusive zone. Ferrari did well there.
Yeah, Ferrari was just parked just outside the exclusion zone, and he just paralleled in and hit a beautiful smother. Good boy, Will.
Yeah. No,
he's lost a boot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the same colour as today's Archie's thongs, the powder blue.
Okay, well, make sure you give the thongs away, not the boot at game's end. Here, congratulations, you win a boot. Yeah, not a pair, just one. Penny, another tap. Hard tackle coming in from Dylan Wilson of the Gullies. Another stoppage. 12 minutes gone. 21-point lead to Tea Tree Gully. So they have a buffer, but pretty much since maybe the opening 10 minutes, it's been a reasonably even affair. Here's my man with another two names, Thomas Ryan.
Gone. And one thing that's happening now is both teams are setting up with a player behind the ball. They're both trying to curtail any sort of damage here, so it just slows the game down a bit. But they all spread. Tyler Martin again. They cut across. Always plenty of space here because there's nice deep pockets at Old Iggy's. So switches are always on. That's a beautiful kick. Look for and finding Asprey. Haven't called his name too many times. Probably because he's a defender though. Comes in Broadfield. You're on.
Tyson Breeden. Crosses centre half back.
Cross Breeden. You said it.
I didn't say it like that.
You set me
Tyler
up for it.
Ryder. Now setting up when I'm not intending to set up. Well, they've kicked it back and forth. This is Riley McCulloch. They decide to keep it on the city side. Yeah, I mean, not only do you get the great ground, you get the wonderful backdrop of the hospital, the city skyscrapers. Even one of our sponsors bobs up. We'll try and show that a little later. But right now, Tea Tree Gully are just happy to hold on to the ball for the moment.
Take a bit of control back. It'll be it's Tyler Martin again.
Who started it about 90 seconds ago.
Old Iggy's player just getting some treatment on the bench as Brandon Lord. It's like shoulder treatment. He's been very quiet
I reckon
today.
they had another one who came off early, so there's only 3 on the bench.
Yeah, you can just see back on camera. Well done, cameraman. Hugo does not. It's not Hugo. Sorry, I thought it was
Hugo's
Hugo.
pushing the button so we can see it.
Okay.
That's James.
James, well done, Jimmy. Sample zone. All right.
Well, we've actually transitioned into all of that between 50-metre arcs and it goes spills out of bounds. A low scoring second quarter. We had 10 goals in the first quarter.
That's what happened last time I had a buddy bet with you. Just all turns, goes from chocolate
Yes,
to
it
ball
did.
lollies.
I was almost ready to get a payout at the start of the third quarter, and then the scoring dried up.
Yeah, and again today. Anyway, McKay, clever little tap to the left-footed. Must be Shiremakers on the left, is it? High up and under. Should be able to kill it. And they don't. That's just a bit of the space cadet. He doesn't know which way he's facing.
The confidence displayed by the Gully's hierarchy up here.
I'm off them. They bought Kransky's, didn't bring any for us.
Josh Flynn.
Joshy Flynn from 10. Oh, he's kicked it from 30 for some reason. No significant problem there, though. His first. Thanks, Phil.
First of the season after kicking 17 goals in 10 games last year.
And just the second goal of the quarter at the 15-minute mark.
1 goal each, margin back to around the 27-point mark.
As the Sportal replay sees the ball going nearly on the road of, what road would that be?
That's Port Road.
Oh, it's the extension of Port Road. It's not James Condom, is it?
No, that's you're about 2 kilometres away.
Yep.
James Condon Drive is not the road to the south. That's Glover Terrace.
Yep.
It's the next one over.
Yep.
Other side of the high school.
Brandon Lord's gone from having a shoulder problem to having. Is he fixing his boot or is he adjusting the?
I think he's.
Not sure what he's doing. Can we change camera angles, please? So you might need a private moment. He's doing the laces in there.
He's doing the laces. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. I'm always worried, TJ, that one of our pieces of vision with your commentary is just going to end up at ESPN's not top 10.
I've had a good run, Phil. All right. And Friday, I think, might be in the ruck now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at the centre clearances. And the first one is won by Ferrari, down, fighting hard for the ball up there. Is I think the resting ruckman, was it? No, it's young Hodges, but they'll clear the ball. Again, they're in the contest a little more this quarter, aren't they, Phil?
Yep.
And they're not allowing Tea Tree Gully to have that chain of handballs.
I mean, we saw
open.
maybe 4 or 5 times in the first quarter. Gullies get the ball from halfback and just run like a wave, and they haven't had that same ability to transition in this quarter. Been much more accountable, I think, having probably had the word given to them at quarter time. Maybe a bit of confidence from the occasional goal that, hey, we can match it at times. Why don't we just be a bit more consistent about it? That's Breeden who kicks it up.
Oh, Personos.
Personos is a fair way from goal. Sorry, he won't score from here, TJ.
He had no right to
in the
catch
middle. He's put that up as well. A couple of players getting underneath it with the kick, and I'm not seeing the Breeze doing anything with it. This is by the boundary line. This is your lad. He can score if he can break free.
Yeah.
In the end, he steps out of bounds. Luke Brown.
That was very much a case. Peter Personos like, well, Brownie's down there 1-on-1. I'll get it down to that contest. That'll work for me. Personals had no right to mark that ball. Well, he shouldn't have, but done well.
Throwing Penning in ruck.
He's resting down forward now.
Is Personos. He's taken high, and I think that was your shortening example. I don't think he was
I think they've got to
taken high when the initial tackle was reached for.
But I think they've got an official term for it now, but we're just going to call it shortening. As Blake Tickett's Penny coming off for a well-earned rest.
Well, this could be for a goal in your triple treat, TJ. Personus has 3 of those.
Going to kick from 52. Won't quite get there, I don't think. Or will it? Oh, it will! It's the pistol with his 4th. My buddy bet 5th. Phil Hurden, you are in trouble, my friend.
I am in trouble. I'm out of buffer. Next goal. TJ wins the buddy bet.
Yeah,
Neville responsibly.
Kicked a few goals for Norden this time as well, the old pistol, didn't he?
He did. And I always remember, I got the joy of calling Tea Tree Gully's first ever, well, their only Div 1 grand final win.
2018. I was right there next year in the corporate tent.
That's right. And then you started, well, Phil looks like he's having fun. I'll come and join you in 2019.
Yeah, something like that.
And they still let us call after that.
Yeah. Okay, Friday in ruck against Big Hodges, I think. Alfred, sorry. They win the clearance. Tea Tree Gully comes down. This is where they've been good, the Gullies, but they clear. Oh, he does a 720, but gets it out. But it should be. Oh, McKay nearly gets hit in the head there by the ball. Friday just gets a little hand in, does enough. Those hands against Showermakers. The skipper looks for and finds.
Canstel.
Yes, but he coughs it up.
Yeah, could have done better with that. Tom Washer, bit of an uncontested mark. He brings it on to Will Ferrari, who's might be in the votes for the Roll the Dice Player of the Year voting that TJ's got to come up with. 3, 2, 1. The winner gets a share in a racehorse. There's a prize you don't win every day.
5% too, not 1%.
5%. That's it. Decent amount. A little kick forward, pushed on by McKay. There's Old Iggy's absolutely everywhere.
Yep,
Plenty of options for Scanlon. He sort of held up in the middle there. As I said, there's just this little laneway of grass that's probably getting a little bit decimated by now. That's a really good kick.
Yeah, nice.
I reckon that's picked up. Actually, I have no idea because the player who's picked up is not there. So, not playing. Unfortunately, the kick inside 50 does find Zach McKay.
That wingman roll, just pushing back, filling a hole and taking the mark. So he's done what I've said. He's done it at both ends, Zach McKay.
It's 33 points the margin, 20 minutes to go, or 20 minutes gone of the second quarter on a glorious July winter's afternoon here in Adelaide. Literally in Adelaide, right on the in the parklands. Tackle made by Sam Winter. Stoppage.
Yeah, Sam Winter, appropriately named this time of year. And gang tackle there from Old Iggy's. Should split Alex McKay, the boss, the Alma. Looks for, kicks it to the advantage of, and that's just a big, strong mark from McKay. Cutting across the tall defender and said, don't worry about it, I'll take it. Thanks, Chief. He'll line up 45 metres out.
This is it.
And probably the best kick in the team has the ball in his hands.
Well,
45 metres out straight
it would
in
only
front.
be fair, Tommy, if I got you to call it.
Luke Brown, the former Adelaide Crow. 45 minutes. He knows the Javor Hurden buddy betties on the line. Deliberate approach. Head over the ball. Blue powder boots. Puts it high. Goal umpire has a little shuffle but says, Javor, you're our buddy bet champion. Thank you. Phil Hurden shakes my hand. But more importantly, that's your second goal, Luke Brown.
Hang on, I've got to do it for the camera.
That's buddy bet. Bet with your mates. Not
And
sure
gamble responsibly as
I
well.
feel like we're at the cricket there. Give the wave. And as we just look at the replay, here's a beautiful kick of the footy.
Yeah.
He's kicked that from just inside 50. And look at that goalpost height just about. And, yeah, that's...
Looks like it was going to lob into emergency there for a sec. But, no, great kicking on goal. Game high lead, I reckon, TJ. 29 points. I don't reckon it's got it any more than that this game. And whilst Old Iggy's have competed, I think Tea Tree Gully have got the last couple of goals and are starting to, well, build something. But that said, Ferrari, beautiful tip drill by Old Ignatians. Shot taken by Bradley Jones, the acting captain today. He's just arrived for a behind. Half-time imminent.
Personos of the Jordan variety kicks out. He finds Breeden. Breeden gives off. They go down the line here, but it's all Old Iggy's leading into the race of the ball there. It's a good mark by Connor Bristow.
Good
He's
to
a
see
nice left footer, and once again, he lets me down. And it's all Gullies back there. Quick handball there from Dylan Wilson. Ends up in the hands of number 7. That's William Cansdale in his 100th game. Milestone day. And there's a free off the ball, is there? No, the umpire's just blowing just for practice. And it finds up in Dylan Wilson's hand. Oh, yeah, good pressure by the defender there just to get in his line of vision coming across him.
Hodges, can they make use of the turnover? 2 Teachery Gully defenders. Maxwell crashes the pack. Taps it to a teammate. But it ricochets. Maxwell comes in. Thought the initial touch. He went lower. Hold on the ball.
Well done, young fella. Now, he made a meal of the last one from here. But
Yep.
one person I don't know if you can go into individual stats, but someone who's impressed me as a young fella, and he looks young. Hopefully he's not 28. Carl Hodges. He's competed all day as a lead-up forward. Big raw
No
type.
live stats. Sorry to disappoint.
No, but if you go on to Play HQ, you can tell me what. Oh, he has given it off. We've just missed that, Phil. Oh, we look at each other's eyes. Ferrari held without the ball, nothing doing, and again Austin in there battling. You can tell he's a guy you'd want on your team.
23 gone. It should be. The last quarter went, I think, 32 minutes, but that was with 10 goals scored. Just 4 in this quarter.
Penny back in the ruck, just monsters his opponent there and gets the tap down. Tyler Martin, he's brought his own ball this quarter. Oh, took a ride on him there, Dylan Wilson. Just you have to pay money at the Royal Show for that. He's done the old flipperoonie over the top of Tyson Breeden. Sorry, mate.
Well, this quarter, Teachery Gully have kicked 3 goals, 1 Old Ignatians. They've had 2 shots, 1 goal. I think they've just kicked the 1 goal.
It was a genuine hit out to advantage there by Max Alford, but didn't result in anything. But they followed up with the play, and I think it's going to end up in the hands of Wilbur Ferrari, is it? Yeah, it is.
Okay, yep.
Now, let me just put the mockers completely on him by saying he's a lovely left-footed. Well, every time he's kicked, he's been left-footed. So he's one of those players where he got mentioned by a lot of the commentators as one of the better players for them all year.
Yep.
This Ferrari. And I hadn't seen him. He was someone I was really looking forward to coming and seeing today. And he hasn't disappointed.
He's a little bit shaken from that last contest. Let's see if it affects his shot on goal.
From 40. He's kicking right foot now. He's obviously a two-sided player. And it's a beautiful kick. Well done, Will Ferrari. No wonder they rate him his first and Old Iggy's 5th as they get within 32 points. And I actually thought he was a left foot. I've seen him kick left foot 5 or 6 times today, mate. So there you go.
Well,
A complete ambidextrous player. Or as Merv Hughes once said, watch out, he's an amphibian.
I love Merv. Merv could say anything and I'd love it.
Yeah. It's close enough, Merv.
The old Bay 13.
Yeah, I remember that. Must watch TV, that was.
Cold hero, man.
Speaking of must watch TV, look, Phil, we're on.
Oh, we're
That's what they have.
I'm quite happy doing this in the break, so I don't know in the middle of the game. Anyway, because there's much more exciting out there. Penny the tap, straight down to Cansdale. He's held up.
Just that little bit of play, Phil. That for me is a bit of a snapshot postcard of the second quarter. You can see the double tackle from Old Iggy, a bit more intensity around the ball, making sure it doesn't come out.
Yeah, unfortunately, 3 goals to 2. Teachery Gully at the moment have still won the quarter. And they've gone forward and they've got the ball in the hand of Josh Spence. And, well, I can sit back and relax now because the bloody bet's all over. But you could have set it at probably 8, and I reckon you'll still get there today. Half-time with a kick after the siren.
Luke Brown, is it?
I reckon so. Blue Boots is good.
He gets his third.
His third.
I did the finger thing that you do.
You did. I'm very impressed. Oh, poor Jack, the person, Jack Moore, who filled in for you last week. I did that to him, and he just looked like. Anyway, it is half time. Entertaining contest. Teachery Gully well on their way. They lead 10-7-67. Old Ignatians
Might be 11-7 now.
Oh, 11-7, have they not?
Yeah, I've got 11 goals.
Okay. Yeah, I've got over 2. Maybe the scoreboard attendant disappears.
It's there now.
It's there now. Thank you. 11-7-73. Old Ignatians 5-5-35. 38-point lead to Teachery Gully. We're going to take a decent break because there's a heck of a barbecue on here. We'll be back to give you some scores around the ground, TJ's analysis, and the entirety of the second half of action. You're watching the Adelaide Footy League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
Nine News, up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Teaming up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support. Teaming up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy. Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Teaming up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Teaming up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
And welcome back here to beautiful Karen Rolton Oval for what's a pretty bloody good July day. It's all clear up above again, so conditions absolutely perfect. Absent currently Phil Hurden doing his best work with his mouth wrapped right around a Kransky down at the barbecue, mixing in with the locals down there. And thanks to Old Iggy's for the hospitality, sent us up a couple of drinks, so appreciate that. Let's have a look at scores from around the grounds in Division 1. Of course, you can watch every Division 1 game, stream game live. Don't leave this one. Watch this one. This is the one you want to be at. But because this is the stream team game of the round with all the effects and the cameras. But Port District have made their way back into the contest. They trail now by just the 1 point. So Port District and Broadview, it's 1 point the difference there. Sacred Heart and Goodwood Saints. It's 46 points to the good Sacred Heart. Which Goodwood do you get each week? It's very hard to say. Well, it's not the Goodwood. That's a lot of word good. It's very, very close in Brighton and Glenunga. The oval conditions can only be described as atrocious, but it is Glenunga by 11 points. And Prince Alfred currently leading St. Peter's comfortably by 31 points. As I welcome back Phil Hurden.
Impressed you've been able to read my hieroglyphics. Well done.
I made some of it up. Phil, you have your lunch, mate. I've got plenty of stuff to talk about here.
Go for it. I don't need a second invite, mate.
No, so Phil's just going to have some lunch as the players, umpires are in the middle, players doing their warm-ups. It was a very quick break, actually. Had a chance to have a look around. I love the Karen Rolton Oval here in the sense that obviously you've got grounds all around. It's a double-sided ground. It's not a one-sided venue, so you can go on the outback. There's balconies out the back and lots of great memorabilia, haunted by some of that memorabilia previous years. Let's have a look at the first half. It is Tea Tree Gully 11-7, Old Iggy's 5-5. The goal kickers for Old Iggy's, Tommy Scanlon's popped up with 2, and singles to Tom Ryan, Will Ferrari and Charlie Maxwell. Better players for Old Iggy's in that first half for mine. Will Ferrari, I've liked the way Austin Horner's gone about it. Probably hasn't had a ton of the ball, but certainly had a crack every time he's near it. Carl Hodges has presented well, and Scanlon with his 2 goals. For the Gullies, we'll start with their goal kickers. Peter Persnos, the pistol. 2 things he loves in life, goals and crypto. He's kicked 4. Lukey Brown, 3. Singles to Zach McKay, Ryan Spittle, Josh Flynn and Adrian Friday, kicking 1 on a Saturday. Better players in the first half. Well, it's hard to go past the dynamic duo of Persnos and Brown, 7 between them. They've got me over the line for my buddy bet. Both McKays have been good, both Zach and Alex. Tyler Martin's been the best defender on the ground quite clearly for mine, certainly the way I've seen it. Spittle's certainly been in the game as well. Blake Penny's controlled the ruck. So, yeah, it's all in all, it's a pretty strong, convincing lead to Tea Tree Gully, and you would expect them to go on with it in the second half. As the players just making their way out to the positions, what I will try and do is I will try and get the midfield matchups for you. Pretty easy. I recognise the Tea Tree Gully players because I've commentated them 3 times this year and one whole season going back 6 years. In the middle there, it's Blake Penny. You've got Alex McKay. I dare say that's Spittle and Showermakers.
Yep. 4 for 4, TJ. Well done.
Yes, and on the other side, it gets a bit tricky for you, but it's Maxi Alfred in ruck. Tommy Scanlon, Will Ferrari, and the other guy.
About to turn any minute now.
That, of course, is Thomas Ryan, isn't it?
Connor Bristow.
Connor Bristow. Yep, because he's got a 3 next to the name and Tom Ryan's got a 2.
Yep.
Andrew Crosby holds the ball up, if not just to protect that chrome dome from the sun, and it's come out beautifully. Blake Penny rushes in, takes control of the drop zone. Nice little backward reverse Malachi coming in off the square quickly is McKay, and he gets one too high because he gets his head over the ball and gets in there first. Zach McKay. Never met a mirror he didn't like, Zach McKay. Much like me, cheeseburgers and pints. Quickly to the captain, Shoremakers. That lovely left foot bit down to Brown, one-on-one. Might have been held. Personos!
It's hit the post.
Nah, look, they are tough to kick from 3 metres out. He's still punching himself. Have a look at that.
Yep.
That's worse than the crypto crash of 2021. That upset him a lot.
He thought the buddy bet was about him kicking 6 goals.
Which he may do.
He may well end up doing at the rate the Tea Tree Gully is attacking. And this time it's Old Iggy's. It's a race for pace. That one's won by Carl Hodges, who's tackled by McKay. Umpire says play on.
Tackled is generous.
Tackle, yeah, okay. It was, okay, whatever. Kick towards Maxwell. 1-on-1 contest. He's starting to get himself into it on his A-grade debut, or at least giving a target for Old Ignatians to go through. Riley McCulloch has the job on him.
Ball was touched, so we'll have a ball in. Quickly, Phil, these things matter to me. Thoughts, review on the barbecue, quickly, 10 seconds.
Service was quick, and given what we were doing, that was very important. $6.50 for a Kransky and a lovely bread roll with onion, and your pick of sauce, I reckon, is sensational value as well.
Let's hope I don't smell it in the last quarter. Anyway, ball at ground level. Again, Tea Tree Gully just pushing out of defence. If that's Tyler Martin again, he is just having an absolute blinder. To Cody Tape, well done, well measured Tape. Long kick down the line. Good spoil from Old
Do you write these down
No, I
beforehand?
don't. They just come to me, mate. It's a lot of stuff comes out, verbal diarrhea style. Good, quick release handle, Brody Latham. It looks for Fines Breeden. He goes down to the pocket towards Personos. Why wouldn't you? He's having a good game. That's where they led.
Yep.
So, yes, but a good sport by Liggies. We have a ball in 35 metres around from the Tea Tree Gully goal, and unfortunately, the
scoreboard is Kaputski.
It's crapped itself, hasn't it? Maybe Old Iggy's have turned it off.
Maybe it's the same power board that we were using earlier.
Yeah.
When we took
we apologise that we went off the air. That was no fault of ours. Down Tommy Scanlon, quick kick, looks for. Sitting under it bravely was Tom van der Zugo. I can't say his name.
Van der Hoven.
No, it's
not
the
the other one.
Yeah.
Van der Zugo.
Van der Zugo.
Van der Zugo, I reckon, covers a few.
Release handball there, McKay. Just Martin again, but Martin just turns that one over there with an errant kick, and they'll get some run now, Old Iggy's, Phil. Here they come.
Yeah, even time to take a bounce. Running off the half-back flank. Getting in front position, though, and taking a strong grab is Jack Asprey.
So some people say bad kick. It's bad leading pattern. He's pushed away. He's asked him to kick at 65 metres. So you can't do that on the run.
Yeah. And look, if the player is running ahead of the ball, go the other way.
Tick lead him.
It's with Tea Tree Gully at the moment. Plenty of time. Penny, who's been his usual dominant self inside 50, but that's a pretty good grab. Starting to work out who some of these players are. That's Noah Layden. He gets it on to Ferrari, who's getting to be known just raking up the touches. Old Iggy's now. This is where they fall apart, and there's Zach McKay. And a very nice tackle.
Yeah, I liked his game, Zach. I've liked the fact he's gone forward and back and obviously done all his work on the wing and quadruple efforts, and that is just a laser beam type kick.
Yep.
Be harder to drop that than catch it, actually. And lining up take his best kick from 52. It is, of course, Joshua Spence, the man I called Capable of a purple patch?
A what?
A purple patch.
I know a purple patch. Okay.
Yes. Calls himself sometimes Leo Barry because he's had a few Leo Barry type moments, he reckons. Kicks from 51. It's just a bit up and under. Oh! Oh! There's a chance for our player of the day. Might have been some hands in the back, but who gives a fat rat's clacker? I love a big grab. That was an absolute beauty. Ryan Spittle, your moment.
Can't miss. And he doesn't. Goal to Tea Gully, of course, the player of the day, thanks to Neomorph mouth guards. We've got our player of the game. He'll get the New Balance voucher and the iconic Dartfish beanie.
Look at this replay, Phil. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Oh, I love that.
Of course, between the posts still have got marks and goals of the week, do they not?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Oh, might be in there with commentary.
Well, I might watch that. I know it'll be in there with some ads as well because we've got so many great sponsors. And when we're on camera next, Phil, I've got our awards ready to go.
Oh, you're going to show off our awards?
Oh, have a look at the powder blue. This is what I wear at home. This is what gets Katie in the mood. Of course, the Neomorph mouthguard when I upset her, Dartfish beanie when I'm cold, and the New Balance voucher, which I will somehow embezzle at some point.
When you're feeling sporty.
Yeah, and the Mosley voucher should be in there too.
Yeah, Mosley Grown Kitchen.
Wouldn't mind one of those for free D if you're watching.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I did the count, and there's
exactly
just enough for every round, nothing
Funny,
extra.
A few of the thongs have disappeared with that tip. Crosby puts it up. Beautiful throw up by Penny. Very strong. He's been good in this quarter. He knows roll the dice. Votes are on the line. But well done, Spence back there. Big Spence, I think it was. So James Kennedy, I've called him the wrong name.
It's Tea Gully. Well, they're trying to get it, but Old Ignatians will. Is that a barrel? Looked like a barrel off the boot.
Oh, Austin Horner. Oh, I'll pay the mark.
Not paid. Still pushes it on. Now they're on to Old Ignatians. This is Max Alfred. The kick, the bouncing ball has gold. Just check that was Alfred, but that was the initial look. You always got a second guess with the Old Iggy's numbers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Until you get the close-up. I think it was one of those where you look at the jumper in front of you, 2 metres out. Oh, that's beautiful contrast.
Yeah.
They don't do the 60-metre test.
It was Max Alfred, and that is looking at the sport or replay. That's the classic case of my old grandpa used to say, you don't look at the mantelpiece when you're stoking the fire. It doesn't matter how it gets there, you just get the job done, get it in. It's going to be in the paper tomorrow. Doesn't matter that it bounced twice and went sideways. Nice goal, Max Alfred.
So a goal each to open up proceedings here in the third quarter. We do have our scoreboard back, which is good. 6.5 minutes gone.
Scoreboard of Lazarus.
39-point margin in favour of Tea Gully, looking to end a 4-game losing streak.
Coming off the wing there, well done. Oldie just winning a clearance off the wing there. Well done again. The young fella, Austin Horner. I don't know, he might not be young, but little fella. Good tackle on Zach McKay. You're gone, yes. The umpire agrees with me. Well done. Good intensity lift there from Old Iggy's. They needed to. They wanted this game to get away from him.
Ferrari, I think, with that, maybe. This has got a 4 there somewhere.
Yeah.
Kicks inside forward 50. That's Bradley Jones.
BJ.
And acting captain today, tackled 45 metres out. So chance for Old Ignatians to set something up here. Try and get back-to-back goals and make this a contest.
They've done this well running out of defence today.
And again, you saw them. They didn't run as one. There was 3 of them.
Gee, he's got good hands for a little fella, doesn't he, Personos?
Yeah.
To McKay, the nice inboard kick. Release, frontal handball. Puts a bit of pressure on his mate. And the tackle there causes the turnover. Play there by number 11. That's Leighton. Leighton down to Austin Horner. Horner goes inboard. They had the open space. Kick misses the target, and it allows Tea Gully to clean up. And he does. Just shakes the hips there, does Hef. And down to Personos. Gee, Personos is having a good game.
He's got some runners. They've been running all day, the Gullies. Breaking free.
Brown dog.
Here's the man on the lead. Good. There was your golden fist, TJ, from behind.
Yeah. Oh, fumbles. You can't fumble
and
it.
As soon as Old Ignatians touch it, Tea Gully are there with the tackle, the pressure, the bump. On that occasion, it was Brody Latham, who hasn't kicked the goal as yet, but still having an impact.
Yeah, just that little fumble there by Tom van der Zugo, just costly. Lucky not to get caught on the ball.
Van der Zuid.
Okay. Can I just call him Tommy V?
If you really feel like TV.
I do. TV. Well, we're on TV right now. Let's get back to the action.
Why does Hugo do that?
He's got a sense of humour. Great pickup. That's what I'm talking about. Liked his game. Carly Hodges Just going the wrong way, though, but eventually finds a teammate, and they should clear. Nice-looking kick. Offers a bit to Zach McKay, though. Does well enough. He's tackled. Oh! Why is that on the ball? He scissor kicked that. There's no rule you can't scissor kick.
I think they deemed that, yeah.
He threw it up.
Retarded. But anyway.
He kicked it to his own. It ended up on his foot.
I love that. Was a great one-on-one battle. One that could have possibly been interpreted differently, but I'll be chatting to Colin Rouston next week for Between the Posts.
No fun with that. Brody
Colin's
Latham.
a lovely bloke.
Yeah, no, it's good. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Got any questions you want me to ask Colin?
Nah.
Okay.
They make it up. They're never wrong. That's the only
Exactly
thing I'll
right.
say. That's the only thing I'll say. So I'd love them to come out and admit they're wrong occasionally and probably get a bit more respect, because everyone makes mistakes. So, but yeah. Anyway, Brody Latham with a minor score. Can't have a game without him. So
No.
I love Cross. Cross is a ripper.
Well,
These guys have done a good job today.
we have had. In fact, we didn't do it last year. We're probably due again for the team, the filming footy team, to umpire an Adelaide Footy League game.
Don't know how much you're paying me, but it won't be enough to turn up that day.
That was quite an eye opener for a couple of our team a few years back.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, Sean Jackson. Wacko Jacko.
Don't call me that.
Abuse first, ask questions later.
G'day, Jacko. If you're not
Jacko.
watching your Kingston States running around at the moment. Okay, Teacher Gully are going forward. Umpire's found a free kick and says, look,
no
you're
one-
off in space. Go for it.
Three bounces.
Go.
Vanessa, Shades of Collingwood, 72.
Good long kick.
Ferrari.
Will Ferrari at 50. Sights up an open goal. Oh, that deserved a better finish. That would have been play of the day, and I got no idea how we do it if a team loses. But
Ferrari was running on all 16 cylinders
oh,
then.
you wish you were calling that piece, wouldn't you? You had it all set, turbos off, and yeah.
Viscous Limited, slip diff. Okay, they come this way, near side Jackie Asprey. One of those quite unassuming types. Does his job in defence. Nice little 45. Tyler Martin. What have I got in Tyler Martin? I haven't got a lot. Peanut, they call him.
Peanut.
Well,
I can
nice
tell you his
fighters.
last goal was 2021, which makes sense if he's playing that deep.
Yep. Gee, they work well for each other around the ball, don't they? Shepherds and little blocks. You might not pick all of it up on TV, but being at the ground. Penny's claimed that. I'm not sure why. Friday, quick handball. And yep.
That's a tackling style you will not find.
Well, that should have been down the ground then. But anyway,
Yeah.
It's against Brandon Lord. Not sure his dream team points to be flying at the moment. But he's cute as smother. He's on the board. Brandon Lord on the board. Inboard kick. That's it.
You get a score assist.
You bag someone, they come to life. Well done, Brandon.
It's a commentary curse in reverse.
To be fair, he's been battling with shoulder issues all day, and then he had that weird boot issue in his crutch that we worked through. We got there eventually, but he's hit up a nice target, and it's Ferrari, probably their best today.
Oh, Dickies have 6 goals. Ferrari sort of kicked around that one.
Yeah, looking for the extra distance. He's now kicked 1 goal 2 today, Ferrari. Or was it 1 goal 3? He's kicked a couple points at least. Nice looking kick there. Looks for and finds Brody Latham. He's worked down in defence here. Again, it's a dangerous setup, isn't it, with Teacher with Luke Brown all alone one-on-one with Ed Shaw. It's
Good luck, Ed.
yeah. Yeah.
Teacher Gully have shown the ability to run and move the ball with pace and precision. And I'm not sure how he's going to fare in a one-on-one battle, but it's right down the other end. It's Iggy's chance to score. Chance to mark goes big in there. Tap towards the boundary line, and just as well it's a league where there is no such thing as deliberate out of bounds.
They appeal for it. People call for it, and I say, people, understand the game and the rules. Please, it's embarrassing. Like, people that call for deliberate here, it's one of those things.
One rule for AFL, another for Sandford, another for under-18s, another for Adelaide Footy League. I can
So when you have
sort of
40
understand the confusion. Just know what league you're watching.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Hands, probably almost I won't call it a deliberate mishandle out of bounds, but he wasn't upset by it, that's for sure. And we've had, what have we had this quarter? We've had not a lot of goals. It's 1 goal apiece.
I've got 1 goal each at the moment.
1 goal 2 each. Scores are level in the third quarter, 14 minutes.
They are. The third quarter is up for grabs. And right now the footy's up for grabs. Ain't
Yes.
coming out of that one.
Some grown man on a skateboard just goes past. Not understanding he's not 9 anymore, but that's all good. Each to their own. Penny, backhand, love it. Latham pushing through, but well done by just stopping the momentum of Tea Tree Gully there. Get up off the bottom. I'll give you a rap, young Old Iggy's player there. And I call him young because a lot of them are quite young, and that's my man Leighton.
Yeah, Noah Leighton is doing the hard yards. Penny again, another clearance out of the ruck contest, this time as far as James Kennedy.
Big kick.
He'll just play it down the line, and stepping in board to take the intercept mark is Tyler Martin, back in the squad. Kick in the middle. This is either going to work very well or very badly. It will sit for show and makers there on. Personos is free. He runs inside 50, sights up the open goal, and I think was caught in two minds. Am I scoring or am I passing?
I think you're being a bit generous. He was having a shot and he missed it, mate. He wasn't passing then. Player wasn't free, so he wasn't passing.
Okay. Well, that's a rare one.
Isn't it interesting that middle of the ground from here doesn't look great, but the ball bounced true straight across it, so it's obviously not as bad as we might have first thought, that middle of the ground. And the game score dictates that as well.
Yep.
Plenty of high scoring there as the ball spilled. Brandon Lord, he's done a couple of things in front of us, quite nice. Finds number 35, that's Oscar Rice. Puts it to the advantage. No, he doesn't. It's all Tea Tree Gully back there, and they'll clear and they'll run, and this is when they look dangerous. After the race, just gets a hand in to do enough there, the Old Iggy's player, and it causes a spillage. Ferrari, is it? No.
Yeah, I reckon it might have been.
Might have been, okay. And big hands in the back there, not seen. The Old Iggy's fans just letting us know. Put that on your commentary.
Braden has it in defensive 50, has an open player in Tyler Martin, true centre half-back position.
Can't wait to see his stats tonight because he's taken a lot of marks. Oh, good mark.
And that,
speaking of which, umpire.
Not paid. Thought he had control, and the Tea Tree Gully fans concur. Gully's will run it. Oh, sorry, Old Iggy's in waves here. It ends up with Scanlon. Scanlon's long kick goes the full distance, but just awry to the left. That travelled 50 metres plus in the air. Another behind Old Ignatians. They go to 6-9. That's 45. Tea Tree Gully at 12-10-82.
Yes, I can only think that Old Iggy's opponent was masking tape, and then the umpire couldn't see it.
Wasn't the invisible tape?
Yeah.
It was the.
Either way, it was a mark not paid.
It was the gaffer.
Brody Latham's come into it in this third quarter. Quiet first half, not that that's matters. Spence, he'll look for Brown, puts it to the advantage side, and as you said, good luck, Mr. Shaw, before, just to keep the rhymes going, and now he shoots for number 4.
So the way this is going, TJ, you could win the buddy bet on 2 of these players individually.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Both on track for 6 at current pace.
Yep.
Brown had 4 goals coming into today in the 6 games. 1 last week, 3 today.
That'll do, Pig. As Farmer Hoggett said, that's his 4th.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Gully. That'll do, Pig.
That'll do.
Yeah, beautiful kick there.
Heaven help us when we get our next blowout.
13-10 plays, 6 goals, 8.
There's your Sportal replay. Of course, Sportal giving us the great scoreboards all around the Adelaide Footy League. It was great to chat to John Noonan last week at the Goody Saints, and he had a big day. He did the scoreboard.
Get on it, did he?
No.
Oh.
He did the scoreboard for the reserves, the league, and the inclusive league. He was there at Sparrows and after dark.
It's not what I call a big day. That's a long day.
That's a long day. Okay, fair point.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, actually, last time I saw we'll get back to the next break. I got a question for you.
Sure thing. Oh, it might have been a sling, but no. He probably releases him just gently enough. And, in the back. Oscar Rice. That's not nice. He's not happy. Very, very animated. Inboard kick danger. Oh, he just spills it there. What? Right, enough time to recover. Showmakers is tackled immediately by Ferrari. Drove him into the ground. That's not even a pun.
Showmakers.
Oh, not happy with it either.
Strikes me as a player that would be particularly difficult to tackle.
What? Ferrari's tackled him and he's got up worse than where. That's an odd one. I wonder if we could get a Sportal replay on that. I'm not sure if that's within my skill set once again to call for it, but I'm going to give it a try. Because we're going to stop it to play.
Be careful.
I'm a bit of a diva. Never mind.
You're giving TJ power here.
How's Hugo as well at half time? I'm Hugo, the producer. Oh,
Kick inside. That's one way to deal with an opponent.
if that's Tyler Martin, he's just about sealed the 3. It's just strong. It's not Tyler Martin. It was
Okay, here's your sport or replay.
quick replay. I think you got one in the mush from the shoulder.
Yeah, okay. Well, we haven't seen much scoring, but his Ferrari has got gullies all around him.
Getting hot in the kitchen, isn't it, Phil? Here they come.
It is, a bit willing. The game, it looks like gullies are very comfortable. I can't see Old Ignatians kicking another 7 goals.
Oh,
But
contest.
It's still hot. You described it beautifully, as you always do, TJ, that it's getting physical, it's getting frustrating. It's players are diving in left, right and centre, and occasionally there's contact.
Oh, a little malfunction at the junction. This is good, Phil. This is good footy.
Yeah. Oh, look,
Punching in.
people looked at this game and thought, gee, why would you want to go and do this game? You know, well, 1, we're at Rolton Oval.
2, they're paying us.
And 2, they're paying us. And 3, as a Woodville supporter through the 80s, our games against West Torrens when we were 9th and 10th were fantastic contests.
He's got him. Pinged him. Old Iggies have lifted, and this is good.
Yeah.
This is good footy.
This will give them, I mean, there are so many players here. I think there's only 6 players in Old Ignatians squad that played league footy last year, A-grade level. Plenty of Bs, a few Cs, and they're getting a taste of the big time. And yeah, they're going to be outnumbered and they're going to be outgunned at times, but they're giving a contest. And this will be a good foundation for the club going forward, wherever they end up next year, because I think you'll sort of realise that there's probably one spot they're going to end up next year.
Div 2.
Div 2.
Just to put the dots together for everyone.
Correct.
Okay. Been good this quarter. When isn't he good, though? His worst game's better than my best. There he is. Does he get some rewards for his effort? He does! I've been talking him up all day. Austin Horner, number 7. Started down back. He's gone down forward. He's offering plenty. Kicks his first. And there, 7.
7 goals. I'm going to have to look up Old Ignatians and see how they've actually done.
They haven't kicked 10 this year. Their highest score is 63. Leave it to the Rain Man, right?
Okay, yeah, and that was against Tea Tree Gully.
Yes, it was.
Unfortunately, that
85-point loss, wasn't it?
93. Leave it to the guy with the stats in front of you.
Yeah,
156 Tea Tree Gully kicked that day. But they're on target. They're just a goal shy of their second highest score of the season and 13 points shy of the highest score for them. And look, when you're struggling, you'd look for little wins. Winning the quarter, I'll check that for you in a sec because it's going to be pretty even. TJ has a drink. Let me call some footy. Not that there's much to call.
You had a question for me, Phil.
I did. Last time I saw you were heading off to your premiership reunion.
Yeah.
How did that? You were talking about long nights and big nights.
Oh.
What was it?
Sunrise was nice. That was the point.
Did you see it before or after you got some sleep?
No, it's no sleep till sunrise.
You said you were going to have a couple of quiet ones and you'll be home.
I tried, Phil.
In good time.
I tried. We got thrown out of the club about 1ish and went to the after party. And
how do you get thrown out of your own footy club?
Well, 1 a.m. the licence and stuff.
Okay.
So for the purpose of this story, we left at 1.
Okay.
As McKay.
The official version.
Yeah. Looks for the toughest kick in the world. There does Cansdell, and that won't work out. But they're fighting at ground level. Oh, this way that way. Perstos. He'll get loose. He gets one high, maybe. Again, just lost his height there. Will it bounce? No, it won't. It'll be rushed through for a point. By old Iggies. Yeah, no, wonderful. Great 10-year reunion. Great to be back with the Falcons for A grade, C grade. And then it was the 50-year reunion as well for the old Union boys.
Yep.
Ray Laddams and these types, just absolute amazing guys who've been a big part of my life. And there's only holding the ball. There's no place like home, Phil. That's what I'll say. Very proud playing a man.
It sits with Alex McKay in the middle of Karen Rolton Oval. Lines up the kick inside 50, but Old Ignatians had the defence there to do the job. Although Luke Brown
I've not seen that before.
To Personus.
Oh dear. So he's done his shoulder, and that's unfortunate. That's not going to be a pretty replay, but someone's got injured, so you don't want to make fun of that. But he's left I'm not sure how to. I'll leave that one alone. But let's allow Personus to run to open goal for his 5th. We're going to have a look at the replay. It's just an unfortunate. He hurts his shoulder here. Gives a quick handball with a sore shoulder. Ball spills back. Would have come back to him, but no. Peter Personos says, "Oh, look, you know what? I actually don't mind a I don't mind a goal. I don't mind a crypto. And hot tip, here's number 5.
Yeah.
And Ethereum also on the rise.
He and Brown and Latham together, 9. I think I would have had no hope.
Your mate Nick Harness, my mate too. I love
Yes.
Nick, Smosh coach, gave me a very hot crypto tip. Now currently from my investment getting 10 cents to the dollar. So thank you, Nick Harness. I had too much money. He relieved me of the burden of having it. That was a good tip.
Well,
That crypto.
as someone who works for a licensed financial organisation, I can't give advice without giving you a whole bunch of disclaimers. So
Yeah.
I won't.
Right. McKay again at ground on winter clearance. Just forcing it forward there. That's good play there by Wilson. Dylan Wilson. He's come up through the Bs this year. Another great story of perseverance and getting an opportunity. So
Yep, 1 league game last year, 17 in the Rezzies. This year, this is his 4th league game, 5 in the Rezzies. Penny,
Yep.
another tap. He's unstoppable, as is Cansdale. And talk about, it's your day and all that sort of thing. That's a kick just out of the pack. Didn't have time to look. Spittle playing in front, as
Yep.
you're supposed to. Easy mark, and this should be Teachery Gully cracking the ton. And all of a sudden, it's blown out. It's already
pretty good
45
quarter
points.
though, actually. It's 26-minute mark. I mean, I talk to my kids about it all the time. Starting position, give yourself every chance to win the ball. You can't control what happens all the time. As Spittle lines up, he might have hooked that.
He has.
Not his best effort. That could.
So had Personos missed the post from 5 metres out.
No, he actually hit the post.
He hit the
He missed the goal.
he missed the goal, hit the post,
Uh,
and then that one is it's a fairly decent walk to find the footy, and now they've got to get it over the side screen netting, which is another little issue.
Gee, just missed, didn't he?
Well, I think he's worked out the easiest ways not to go over but go under. There you go.
Yeah.
So 3/4 time imminent. Gullies are on their way.
There's that same spot for Tony Neal. And
Yep.
a good mark there by the man whose game I've enjoyed, Carl Hodges.
The professor of post-point analysis.
Yes, okay. Yeah, that's right. He says Personos has fast muscle twitch fibres. He actually called that on air. I challenged him on it. I said, Tone, there he is, fast twitch fibre. Fast twitch muscle fibre.
Okay.
Come on, Tone.
Could you ever wonder if you applied sports science to commentary?
Yes. Switches on here.
Breathing techniques.
Here comes the biomechanics of the ball drop. And look, it's an awkward looking thing, but effective enough to Van der Jude. Tommy V, TV. He's going to go high up and under, is he? Down the line. Good contest, 2 touches. Oh, he's everywhere, old Hodges. This way, that way. Outside, dancing feet, I tell you what.
He didn't travel more distance because he hardly moved with his feet.
Yeah, and that's good. It's really good football. It's going to end up in the hands of Cody Tape. Now, if I was to measure Tape, it'd be 43 metres out in a 45-degree angle, kicking after siren. But what I will say, Phil, is perhaps the play we saw right in front of us there, they're dancing through players. You're not going to do that against Gonunga. You're not going to do that against.
No.
So this where you're just going to be careful the way you finish off games. Well, they've got it in his hands, so not be critical, but Tape from 45. Tough kick.
For the ton.
And it's close. It's a good-looking kick. Oh, nothing but net. Phil Herden likes it. I like it. Teacher Gully like it. And they've tunned up, raised the bat, and as Lee Matthews always said, first to 100 wins the game. That'll be no exception. This game, as it's a 52-point lead to the Gullies at 3/4 time.
Yeah, Teacher Gully, 15-12, 102. Old Ignatians, 7-8-50. You're Tommy Jawar, Phil Herden, and the filming footy crew. We'll be back with some scores around the Div 1, and Tommy will find how my Eagles how much they're losing by at the moment. And we'll give you the final quarter as well. You're watching the Adelaide Footy League, thanks to Filming Footy.
Nine News teaming up with the Adelaide Footy League. Tom Wren on the ground at your club for Thursday Night Live, strengthening communities through footy.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on, or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Well, you can see the huddles there. Tale of 2 camps. Both these teams came in struggling, but Gully have found the winning formula once again. They absolutely corralled old Ignatians in round 1, and they're on their way to doing it now. A 52-point lead at 3/4 time. Just having a look at the other scores. I've got 1 to go.
Oh, you know I like this. I like this, Phil.
Okay. Continue than that. The close one is Port District and Broadview. It was close last time. And it's Port District in front. All these games are into the final quarter. We are the late one. Port District 7-4-46, Broadview 6-5-41. Narrowing up is Goodwood Saints and Sacred Heart. Goodwood Saints 5-4-34, trailing Sacred Heart 7-6-48. That margin 14 points. We've got Glenunga, who've broken away from Brighton. I'm going to have to just check that because I've got it a 28-point margin in a low-scoring affair, 42-14. I might go back and check that. Prince Alfred leads St Peter's by 46, 92-46. So no major surprises in a round where the top 5 were playing the bottom 5. The top 5 all in front at the moment.
Yes. And in the AFL, Crows have won comfortably. The Bulldogs have won by 5 goals. And in the Sandful, your beloved Eagles down by 27 points and against South. And Port Magpies over West 2 points at 3/4 time. Lots to play out here. But, of course, Phil, remiss of me not to mention our awards we've got today. We got 4 to give away. I think they're all going to go to Teacher. We give them to the winning team with Teacher Gully up by 52 points. So it's just a matter of who. Will it be Luke Brown, Peter Persnos? Will it be Ryan Spittle? Tyler Martin, we've mentioned a lot. Blake Penny's always around the mark. Both McKay boys have been good. Interesting times.
Yeah, I was just checking that Brighton Glenunga score. It is pretty correct. Brighton have just kicked a goal. They're 3-2, and we're at 12 minutes into the final quarter on a very, very muddy Brighton Oval. Glenunga has 6 goals, 13.
Yeah.
And that's a
29-point win.
29-point lead. Thank you. The lead.
Yeah.
Glenunga look pretty home given those conditions.
If they've kicked 3 for the first 3.5 quarters, they're not kicking 5 in the last half quarter.
You wouldn't have thought so.
No, you wouldn't. Alrighty, what do we got in the middle? They've changed it up a little bit because in the middle now we've got... No, it's exactly the same. It's Spittle, Showamakers, McKay and Penny against Bristow, Ferrari, Alfred... And
did you mention Scanlon?
Scanlon.
Thank you.
It's the same starting.
Yeah.
It's the same 8 midfielders at the start of the day on the wings right in front of us here.
We've got a little bit colder.
Yes, Tape against Oscar Rice, the young fellas on the wing here. Tape, of course, the 18-year-old youngest player playing for Teacher Gully today.
Yeah.
And on the other wings, it's McKay and his opponent of the Zach variety.
Back underway. The ruck tap to Penny again. Ferrari has probably been one of, as expected, one of Old Iggy's best. Scanlon has got a couple of goals. But there's Jack Asprey.
That's a great mark.
Standing strong, clearing it out. And even though there's not much room to move, the skill level's good enough for Tyson Breeden to have it kicking out of defence.
Yes, he goes across to Breeden. That's right, he did. To Tate. Tate this way, that away. Gets the 1-2. McCulloch gets involved. They'll come down the line. Should be Old Iggy's in best position here. Contest, though, created, and the ball will spill. Maybe in the back. Cross says, bring it in. And we're going to have a ball in. It'll be interesting to see how much intensity remains in this game. A lot of blokes flat-footed 1 minute into the last quarter. We'll see how it plays out, though. Just pose a bit of an area there, but again, second clearance in a row, won by Old Iggy's, by Ferrari. Big golden fist there. Ferrari, back to Ferrari. It's a quick handball, finds Lord. Lord down to Austin Horner. Little Austin Horner goes round the corner and straight down the line to his mate, the blonde fella. Name's just escaping me right now. Maxwell, thank you, Phil. That's why you're here. You're the maverick to my goose.
He should be wearing 86, shouldn't he?
Phil, don't let me have that effect on you. Agent 86, Maxwell smart. That's very good.
I think the missed by that much would come into play a fair bit during a commentary.
Oh, where's 99 when you need her? Good mark there. Well done to James Kennedy.
That's the late game. Old Iggy's have a pretty good women's side. In fact, they and Broadview are the only two clubs, I think, that have a Div 1 team in both Div 1 men's and Div 1 women's.
And, of course, they won a flag, the women's team. I'm not sure what division they're in, 2021.
Yes. Always remember, well, they won a couple. They had a really good year that year. Of course, got promotion to Div 1, survived. If you remember last year, Old Ignatians, they looked relegation bound. All they had to do to stay in was beat the league leaders, Port District, in the final and at Largs, and hope that Rocks go down at home to Goodwood. And that's exactly how it panned out on one of the last kicks of the season.
I did find that funny.
Because you're not involved with Rocks, obviously.
Yeah.
Teacher there's a bit of a collision. Teacher Gully trying to hold defence. They're battling well here, Old Iggy's. They're keeping it inside the forward 50. So you're down 50 points final quarter as a coach, TJ. What are you hoping to get out of a game where the result is pretty well known?
So you're down or you're up?
Well, talk to me both ways.
If you're down, you want to win the final quarter. You want people to show. You want to try a few things out. You want people to show some grit and resilience. If you're up, you want to get out injury free, and you want to win by more. You want to close it out. Hopefully, get the foot on the throat and take total control, because there's always that chance when you're up and the game is over. There's also the chance you could get slack and always run towards goal. You've got to make sure you're still presenting and doing the hard things well. The easy stuff takes care of itself in football. So always the way. And you'd be interested to see who gets rewarded in the last quarter, whether it be Luke Brown, Peter Personos, but someone's probably going to end up with a bag of 6 or 7.
Even more so, who will be rewarded after the game?
Well, that's the question on the tips of everyone's lips and things. So, certainly mine. Quick ball, and umpire's found something. I'm not sure what. Holding in the square to... Oh, no one knows whose ball it is. So
Old Ignatians.
It's Old Ignatians in the goal square, which is 50 metres back from the play. So it can't be there.
It can't be there. Yeah, it's not.
The umpire, Phil Hurden, just thought his authority.
I try not to get involved in too much umpire critiquing, but you can't have it kicking out after a point if there's no point.
Yep. Okie dokie. Here comes his near side. Jack
The shadows are growing long. And
it has got colder too, you're right.
It has got colder. Alrighty, it's Old Ignatians bringing it down the members' wing. Gives the chance for the fans here to see some football nice and up close. And they've worked it well here, Old Iggies. This is Oscar Rice under pursuit, but gets the kick away towards the hot spot. Gully's lead out strong. That's really, really good attack on the football. Hand pass comes out to Tate. Now it comes to Cansdell. And I've got to give a shout out to Heffernan, who was that defender who came out hard.
Bang.
Also hard was, as expected, Alex McKay. Turnover, Gully's ball. It's at their forward 50. Going in hard now is Brody Latham. He wants a touch of the footy. He'd probably want to finish today with a goal, given he kicked 5 last week.
Just to be part of my buddy bet syndicate.
Just to say, well, I played a part in TJ thumping Phil.
They didn't kick 5 last week because they only kicked 2 goals.
Oh, sorry, he kicked, my apologies, he kicked 5 the last time they played.
Yeah. Oh, Blake Penny.
The bang.
Goes the wrong way, though. Awkward. And McKay's still in there. Just trying to lift the team, make sure that momentum and energy is still alive. in the last quarter, as the Teacher Gully fans near us enjoyed that one. Just escorted him into the 50 nearly.
It's been the most enjoyable game they've had in weeks.
Yeah, no doubt. For 5 weeks, 6 weeks, because he had a week off. Speaking of which, Phil, last week, of course, I had my mother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Val. And I was up, I had a chance to go to Yankalilla Footy Club.
Oh, yes, the Tigers.
Yes, they had not won a game all year till the Javor factor came in.
They played Port Elliot, my mob.
And they had their first win, and I even commentated a quarter for them, threw them a bone, got them up and about. And, it was good fun. And well done, good tackle there.
Yeah, Gully Port Elliot are the only Magpies team you'll ever find me supporting.
Yes, fair enough. As they come in board, come back to Yankalilla in just a sec. As they're just working hard here, old Iggies. Quick hands, they get it down, make it the next person's problem. The old chaos ball, if you like, at ground level. They've got the numbers here. Snap! Oh, he's kicked it and gone. Yeah, that's high, wide and handsome, they used to say. And that's been kind. No pressure, 20 metres out, on your right. Got to be better than that.
Sometimes the brain thinks things that your body can do that your body just can't.
Yeah, my brain thinks a lot of things and it just comes out my mouth, unfortunately. Yankalilla Footy Club, $9 espresso martinis. Ooh. Sounds like a good idea. It's not.
Espresso martini.
Yeah,
how is it different to a normal martini?
It's coffee.
Okay. Oh, okay. Martini
good
in the
contest.
Coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee to start with. I don't drink martini, so
Thomas
no
Ryan.
good for me.
Yes, Thomas Ryan goes through a few of them. McKay coming the other way, just gets low again. No, it's not too high. It's contact initiated by the person being tackled, in my opinion. Good decision, umpire. Umpire Benny Hill, I think it is. Might be Matt.
I have this little musical tune going on in my head. And other various pitches. But anyway, kick towards the 50-metre arc. It comes to the back. Should be an easy mop-up job. It pretty much is. Always seem to have some time and space. This is Breeden across the show and makers. Defensive 50. Thought about going left, then right. Goes left and it finds up Cansdell. 7 minutes gone. Have we had a score?
Well, I didn't write down the three-quarter time score, sorry, but are they still competing here?
The answer is no.
Okay.
I don't believe.
Oh, Tape in trouble. Oh, I tell you what. And he's not happy, and we could have something happening here. It's brewing. It's brewing. And
well, we know we didn't because we had the kick after the siren that gave Teacher Gully the ton.
Yeah.
They haven't added, and I know Old Ignatians were 7 goals at three-quarter time. So.
I better do these votes then, mate, because I don't know.
Yep. Because this may not be a particularly long quarter.
Yep.
It sits with Alex McKay.
The boss.
Oh,
they're coming. They're making him earn it. I'll give him that much.
Yeah, there's going to be a few sore bods tonight.
Yeah, better than me.
How's that for a kick, though?
Luke Brown, the man about town. He's out and he'll hit Personos, I reckon.
Yep.
Pistol Pete Personos. Made it hard for himself. Just to make it interesting. That's 6. That's your buddy bet. Look at the Teacher Gully locals go up.
I've been beaten again. How did I get beaten twice in one game? You could have just gone with one player.
You know he loves that.
You could have gone with the either as opposed to the combination.
That is Dave, isn't it?
I think so.
Dave Crescenti.
Yep.
Teacher Gully legend. Does tend to pop in around where there's a camera and a mic. So one year I don't know what the correct word is, booked to commentate all their home games. So I did every home game. And Dave often popped into commentary. That's how I got to know so many of these players in this club. It's a great club.
If you've got any questions about Teacher Gully, Dave Crescenti would have the answer for you.
And he'll make it up if he's not sure.
Well, and he's got such a reputation you wouldn't question it if he did. Back in the
lovely.
Middle, that was our first goal of the final quarter. They go again.
Penny to Cansdell to Brown. That could have been the perfect play, but that Luke Brown fella's just let himself down.
Personos and Brown, 10 goals between them.
Good day. It was a good day.
Yep. It really comes down to if Old Ignatians would. I said they're on track for possibly their highest score this season as you look for the small wins.
Based on 2 goals a quarter, they will get it.
Yep. But I've yet to add to it here. We're almost at the 10-minute mark. Towards the wing. Gullies have some numbers here, although Wilsden went without the ball. Not pretty footy right now. You grab it, you get tackled. On that occasion was Tate.
Who, in
He
your
copped the
opinion,
punishment.
I've got to do votes for this Player of the Year. It's
Okay.
tough. Who's been better, Luke Brown or Peter Personos? It's tough, isn't it? They've both been really good. Brown's taken more contested marks. Personos has pushed up the ground, but 3 of Personos' goals have been from...
Gimmies.
Yeah.
And do you take a point off that he missed a gimme?
Yeah, and then you look at Luke... I think I'm answering my own question here. Luke Brown gives the handball to Zach McKay for the Joe the Goose.
Yes, he could have had 5.
Yeah,
Team
at
player.
least.
I think you've answered your own question, Tommy.
Good chase. Yeah, I think I have to.
So stick around and we'll have the post-game presentation. We've got your little assistant, I hope, this afternoon to help you out with that.
Cool.
Get some photos and the like. Do thank all our sponsors, of course. The Banner Crew are stream sponsor, sport all the scoreboards. Buddy Bet, we've had a lot of fun with today, especially DJ's had a lot of fun with today. I'll recover. I get the question next week. I think that's the way we should do it. The loser gets the next week's question.
Okie dokie.
But here we go.
To Brown.
It's like
Now he's got 5.
well, if he misses this, you might have to reconsider what you're doing. But no, I mean you're quite right. It's like one gets it. Where's the other one?
Dynamic duo, some might
Yeah.
say. It's interesting. They could still do with a tall forward, couldn't they, Teacher Gully? And then they'd be filled with weaponry. Can't have it all, though.
Well, certainly the Mosquito Fleet has done the job on this occasion. Oh, he made the goal. Umpire work for that. But there's another one. 5 for Luke Brown.
5 time. 5 time. 5 time. Yeah.
5 for Brown, 6 for Personus. They have combined defeated Old Iggy's today. Margins blowing out to 64, which is a bit of a shame. But if you teach me Gully, you're looking at that 4 teams for 1 spot, and you're looking at the percentage. This is your opportunity to build some.
Would
do it.
Would I be absolutely crazy if I gave that person best on ground? Or is that getting to the point now where we'll just chat amongst ourselves? Thanks, viewers.
Yeah. in the votes, I'm not.
I've loved his game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Tyler Martin.
Look,
I'm not going to.
And I think, to be honest, sometimes we don't go
defenders.
that way a lot, and maybe
Yeah.
we should a bit more. So, I'm not going to criticise you if you go that way.
Well, I just feel like anyone that's down there today probably could have had a day out, whereas he's been the one that's repelled everything. He's going to get it again right on cue. Just trying to close out the votes here. Don't you turn it over, Tyler.
Yeah. And look, he wasn't there last week, and they got thumped. He's in today, and they look a much different squad. So maybe it's all his inclusion.
Yeah. Personos is just making a late play himself. He has been great today, Pete Personos.
Yeah. I think I know you're 3 in the votes.
Zach McKay.
Although, yeah.
Luke Brown. Oh, great spot. That's Latham. Looking for his first. Is it? No, it's not Latham, pardon me. It's Dylan Wilson.
Okay. Come up out of nowhere as the tram goes past. How often do you get a game where the tram goes on by?
Probably every week here. Yeah, not
Adelaide Oval, I guess, not quite.
Smithfield. You get the train.
Glenelg Oval, the tram's a little way away.
Anyway, there's a game of footy.
Plimpton Oval's got the tram pretty close.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The contest, good mark there. Well done to William Cairns. Down on his 100th. Looks in board. Oh, nice.
Here's Wilson again, looking like he's spending a bit of time up forward, or he's playing high in defence, one of the two. Been pretty cool under pressure there, Old Ignatians. Get it out to defensive 50. Nice grab. Stop, prop, kick. Will Spill to the Gullies, defensive 50. 14.5 minutes gone. They've looked comfortable pretty much from the get-go. I think the closest Old Ignatians got was probably about 14 points once we got past quarter time. The kick into the middle beats all comers. Is going to attack the footy. That was very well done by. Here we go. The kick inside 50. Here we go. Oh, they're even hand passing to each other now. Bringing in a third act to play. And that one has missed.
Yeah, Phil, I'm sitting here in silence. I'm really umming and ahhing. I'm going to go with what I believe. And
Do you want a coin?
No, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Look, there's been 7 or 8 really good Teacher Gully players today, so...
and that'll happen in a result like this. You look up and say, everybody got more touches, and, it's going to be last week was a 97-point loss. This is a 66-point lead.
Crucial for that
percentage.
percentage.
That is a 163-point turnaround.
Yep.
Week's a long time in footy. But then there's a fair gap between Princes and Old Ignatians as well, you have to say. That's nicely done.
Yeah, Josh Spence there, 50 He's given it to Luke Brown, and Luke's a chance to kick his 6. Josh Spence, interestingly enough, is a carpenter. Claims to be the best carpenter on earth currently, with only one previous carpenter superior, our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ.
I was about to say, there's a bit of competition.
There's only one carpenter that was ever better, but he's the best in the business now, he reckons.
You might be able to handle Makita a bit better. Not sure they had them back in Jerusalem days.
No. Brown, and that is straight through the high diddle. That's his 6th.
I've got to use 2 hands now.
That's Buddy Bet.
Number 3. Well, I think I did say at current rate they both get it, and they both have.
Yep. Personos is going to be filthy on me when I won't call him over. I'll tell you.
He's not on your list at all.
Well, no, he's not. I can't fit them all in, mate.
That's true.
Yeah, he might. He could potentially be in the votes.
This is why you get the big bucks.
The top 3 don't get an award. It's because you player of the day, you pick that.
Understood.
Archie's thumbs, I'm giving it to someone special.
Okay.
And team player of the day, well, yeah.
Okay, we wait with not just who wins, but a little bit. It's reality TV, isn't it? Who's going to react to not getting a rose? Don't you love me anymore, TJ?
Oh, pull your head in, Phil. You're turning into me.
7. Yeah, you're rubbing off on me, that's for sure. All right, back in the middle. Always interesting when a game that's lost its bit of sting, what you come up with at the end. This is going to be a nice kick around the body. That's a good play. Bradley Jones had a tiny bit of open space. Old Iggy's player has led well. And with a bit of luck, it's going to be a goal for Max Alfred, who was, I think you mentioned, a player to watch from Old Ignatians this afternoon. He's got 1 goal to join Scanlon as a multiple goal scorer.
Oh, dear God. That's finished further away from where it started. He had the snapshot as well, didn't he? No, that was 22. That was Hodges. That
was Hodges.
So there's 5 parts to a goal. I can just quickly, the fundamentals.
Yes, go for it.
Okay. There is momentum, alignment, ball drop, point of impact, and follow through. Not sure which one he got wrong, but he got it really wrong. It might have been ball drop, point of impact.
Might have been just one that was out of whack, I think.
No.
Kick to go to shake that much.
Yeah, that's very much a case. Is this going to be in the test message of all? No, it's not, son.
Yeah.
Right, good mark, Leighton. Come on.
Kick towards. Well, there's a good grab.
That's Tyler Martin, isn't it?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
Good.
Because you've seen it all day.
To Brown.
Where's Personos?
He's down. No, it's the carpenter.
Personos is front and square if needed. There he is.
He's lurking.
There he is.
He's lurking.
Josh Spence can't pick it up.
Weighted numbers clears the day for Old Iggy's. Yeah, so that's my 2 best on the ground today, Martin and Brown.
Okay. Not going to argue with you. It's Friday on the chest, bounces straight off, then he takes on an Old Ignatians player who's sort of spectating without the ball.
Nearly knocked his ponytail off.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a worry? Kick inside 50, nicely intercepted. Takes it around the boundary on the outer side. There's your man again, Tyler Martin. Coming upfield a bit. Takes a mark on centre wing. Creates another turnover.
Well, if he hasn't taken 12 marks today,
Yeah. You'll do what? Come on.
Yeah.
Say something silly.
No. Do a nudie run.
Oh, you and your nudie runs. You just want one to happen, don't you?
Yeah. Not enough of it. I'll get the wristwatch out. All right.
Dear.
McKay. All day. Will Ferreira just dropped off in the last quarter, Will Ferreira, but geez, he had a good first 3 quarters. He shakes, he bakes. It's Canstel in his 100th. They'll go bananas. They do. Get around me, boys. It's me 100th. Do I change the Archie's thongs?
Okay.
Yeah, mate. I just yelled it 3 times.
Yeah. Okay, he's on it.
Tertiary Gully people telling me stats. I'm Tom Javor, the analytical analyst, the voice of the amateur league, the voice of Adelaide Footy League. You're the encyclopedia.
I'm the
I'm the voice.
You're the voice.
Hang on. Sometimes I talk like this. All right. Well done, William Cansdale.
Yeah.
Great result.
Well, it has turned out to a blowout now. 78 points.
Yeah.
And what's worrying probably for Old Ignatians is I don't have them scoring a brass razoo. They had a decent shot.
They've had two massive chances.
They've had a couple.
They should have their highest score for the year right now.
Yeah.
They've kicked it into the toilet block twice.
Yeah, they got a tap. Will they get a clearance? Not while Alex McKay is around. At least force a contest. Now they do get the clearance. Okay. Good fly. Just flew under it. Carl Hodges. Now, he's your man again. He wants to take on two defenders. Oh, there you go.
Oh, he's taking.
He just wants to leave you in no doubt.
He's
TJ.
taking the
No
PI
doubt.
55 now. It's just a great game of footy he's played.
Yep. Meanwhile, Astbury.
I sound a bit like the old May, rest in peace, the late Shane Warne, just trying to justify my statement. Shane used to do that a lot, but he was the greatest of all time, so fair enough.
You've got a high profile and you need,
I'm not even the greatest on this commentary team, so,
No, well, we bring different things to it.
Hey, Team of the Year commentator was you, Phil, so I congratulate you on that. Of course, you win sweet bugger all. You win me being fucking, pardon me.
Now, settle pedal.
Boundary rider. Hopefully that didn't come through. It's slip of the tongue there.
Where's that 7? You were looking for the 7-second delay button and then realised it was the wrong show. Okay, edit that out. No, we're live? Oh, okay.
That was a slip of the tongue, I
Zach
apologise.
McKay kicks it in forward 50.
I meant to say boundary rider next week.
Yes.
And it
didn't quite come out.
way.
Well, they're still going in hard in patches, these two, which is good to see. The ground is baked in shadow. The sun is starting to set. It's this game will finish. In fact, you might watch 22 minutes.
Yeah, I'm rattled, mate.
I'm just thinking you might want to think about.
No, I've got my 4. I've just got to get my everything else sorted.
Yeah.
So, as a nice mark taken there on late in the game, and this will be their first score of the last quarter.
Well, Maxwell hasn't known for having the most penetrating kick with a couple of long distance shots. One was a deliberate, fell short. One was a thinker pass. But he's showing all the signs of, well, heck, it's 22 minutes. If I can't have a long-distance shot for goal now, when am I going to have a shot? So, already has one for the afternoon, which will be a magical moment for him. He puts it up and touched on the line. So, going to work on leg strength, I reckon, as he grows in his footy journey.
To who? Sorry, Oscar. I'm still being put under the ringer. It was an accident. And they'll come and say, who's that? Is that Tyler Martin? Look at that. He's kicked it 95 metres. Give him the horse.
You cannot give the horse away at round 10. Okay.
All right.
I'll give you a bit of a rope, Javor, but that's a bit much. All right. Like running in numbers, Ferrari tries to lay the tackle, but they saw that coming, Callies, and they'll kick it forward, and this is Zach McKay. Too far out to score. 23 and a half minutes gone. Old Iggy's 2 for 1. 2 went up. Who stayed down? Ball spills. Here's a chance for Alex. Got a kick around the body. And there's a clunk, and it will be another shot on goal. And who's got it?
And this is my cue. It's Luke Brown. Oh, he's giving it off.
To Zach McKay. I think that's the second time
he's done that. They must be good mates.
Yeah, almost as good at mates as Brown as personals, and they've all come around to say well done, which is good to see.
Yeah, and I mean that sort of says it. Luke Brown could have had 10 today, really. A great game by him. But it is what it is. On behalf of Tommy Joy, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to head down and do some awards, Phil. Obviously, This is where I hit my peak, hopefully, and make some moments for some boys.
Now, do you want to come back and say some final words?
No, it's a long way back,
I'll just
mate.
sign off? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to hear anything down there as well, so I'll just do my best.
Great to work with you as always, my man.
It's been great, and thanks to Old Iggies for having us. It's 94 ball game. This is Tommy Javor heading down to do his best work.
Everybody loves TJ's when he's giving out prizes, and we've got the New Balance voucher with the Dartfish beanie for the player of the game. We've got the Nearmouth mouthguard for the play of the day. The Moseley Bar and Kitchen voucher for the team player. And then there's the TJ Special Award where you get the Archie's footwear, the sandals. Gully's going forward. Brodie Latham hasn't goal, but gee, he's set up a lot today. There's Luke Brown. He centres the ball. Back to Latham. If you missed the start, our buddy bet for the day was that the combination of Luke Brown, Peter Personos and Brodie Latham would kick 6 goals or more. That was the challenge TJ said. I said, okay, under. Well, they had it done by the start of the second quarter, but it was the Brown-Personos combination. Can Brodie Latham get in on the party and kick Tea Gully's 21st goal of the game, and his first from 45? It's wayward to the left. Won't have much consequence. It's Tea Gully's 15th point. 2015, 135. Old Ignatians 7-9-51. The margin is 84. Will it get to 90? In a really good final quarter. Spittle around the body. I reckon I got a good chance of it hitting 90 because Josh Flynn on this occasion. There's the siren. Tea Gully kicked 7 goals in the first quarter. They kicked 4 in the second, 4 in the third. They have 5 in the final, going for 6. This to make it an even 90, and he's dobbed it. And there is your icing on the cake. Final score from Karen Rolton. Tea Gully 21-15, 141. Old Ignatians 7-9-51. That's a 90-point victory. Earlier today, it was also Tea Gully winning by, I think, 66 points in the Bs. The Cs, I don't have a score from them, unfortunately. But we'll try and check that out. Tommy Javor is out there having a look to round up his players. Just going to have a quick look around the other results. Brighton and Glenunga Rams is done. And in the end, I've got Glenunga 6-17-53. They go to 8-2. Brighton 5-3-33. A 20-point win to Glenunga. Brighton dropped to 4-6. Looking at Port District and Broadview, all these games have since concluded, so I've just got to go back a little bit to track down a score. The full-time score from Largs Reserve. It was a close game, but Port District broke it open late. They have defeated Broadview by 20 points. Port District go to 8-2. Broadview go to 4-6. So far for the Tea Gully fans, the teams that they're combating with for that 5th spot, Brighton and Broadview, have both lost today. Goodwood and Sacred Heart is where I might go next. Just checking that we're not ready for the interviews. Keep rolling, he says. Okay, I can roll. Okay, Sacred Heart, yep, got the final here. Sacred Heart have beaten Goodwood by 32 points. Sacred Heart go to 7-3. Goodwood drop to 3-7. Yep. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got a string of awards. Very shortly we're going to go to Tommy Javor, who's going to give us the TJ Special Award. Will give me a chance to find out how the game between Princes and St. Peter's ended up. And then I'll give you a wrap and we'll be done. Okay, we're all set. Happy to go to ground level. Let's go to Tommy Javor.
And TJ here. I've got the TJ Award winner. They are Archie Songs. Well done to Cody Tape. All right, very quickly, mate. The goal on the 3/4 time. Siren, take us through it.
When I took the mark and then the siren went, I knew it was going to go through, But I went back and slotted and I was pretty happy and good for the boys to get the win.
What's it like being the youngest person in the Tea Gully squad, mate? You must love it playing with some of these.
It's a pretty good experience playing with all the senior boys, learn a lot from my footy, and it's a great feeling, man.
Fantastic, congratulations, mate. Hang around for a photo. If you just go over there, please. I'm going to throw back to Phil just for a minute. I'm going to gather the other 3 guys. We've got some pretty keen award winners.
TJ will round them up. Continue the other results. Wins to Port District over Broadview, Glenunga over Bryson, Sacred Heart over the Goodwood Saints, and Prince Alfred, 81-point winners in the end over St. Peter's. We've got our 3 Gullies winners. Let's go down to Tommy Javor.
All right, I've got awards coming out the yin-yang here. I'm going to start with the play of the day. Ryan Spittle, right there. Take us through the hanger.
I've been going for a few of them lately, so finally one stuck, but yeah, I can see it stick.
Mate, do you wear a mouth guard? Oh, well, I've got an even better mouth guard. It's the Neomorph mouth guard. There you go. Fantastically done. All right, best team player of the day. They win the Moseley Bar and Voucher, $100 voucher. It's a man who needs no introduction, Luke Brown. There you go, mate. Congratulations, 6 goals, but is there some sort of special relationship between you and Zach McKay? A couple of Joe the Gooses with Zach.
Well, we drove here together, so if I didn't give him one, it might be a tough drive home, but no, it was a good win by the boys.
Very, very unselfish, mate, and a big turnaround for the last few weeks. Hopefully, big things coming for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, we did turn it around today. It was a good performance. The boys in the middle did really well, and your guys to your right was outstanding. So, no, good team performance, yeah.
Thank you for agreeing with me. Thank you very much, mate. Hang around for a photo. Can you bring him back for a photo? Now, best on ground. They don't get enough mention. The defenders, Tyler Martin, how good were you today?
Oh, it was good. Not too bad today. It was good to have a break last week, so it was good to freshen up and come back and good performance.
I asked the important questions, the big questions. Why do they call you Peanut?
Mate, it's a name that stuck through high school. One of my mates here, literally nothing about it. Just got to have about 3 or 4 nicknames. It's ridiculous.
Before I give you your prizes, mate, how many marks do you reckon you had today? 15?
Oh, about that.
You're outstanding, mate. Here's your Dartfish beanie and your $100 New Balance voucher. I can see Blake Penny's mum there just saying, hey, my son didn't get votes today, mate. But you must be looking forward to the rest of the year. I reckon we saw the real teacher Gully today.
We sure did, mate. Hopefully turn around and have a crack at last half of the year.
No worries. Thanks, mate. You're great. So hang around for a photo. I'm going to throw back to Phil Herden up there. It's been a great day at Old Iggy's where the real teacher Gully came out with a 13-goal win.
Thank you very much, TJ. Indeed, 90 points, 15-goal win in the end. It's Prince Alfred by 81 over St. Peter's. Glenunga by 28, I think, over Brighton. Sacred Heart by 32 over Goodwood, and it was Port District in the end beating Broadview. The games next week, Teacher Gully, well, they go up a notch. They'll go to Webb Oval, play Glenunga. Old Iggy's go to Largus Reserve, play Port District. The other games, Goodwood Saints and Prince Alfred, Broadview and Sacred Heart, the Div 2 grand finalists from last year. And our match of the day will be at Cato Oval as probably the last shot at the bar for St. Peter's Old Collegians as they will host the Brighton Bombers. Thank you to all our sponsors, the Banner Crew, 9 News, Buddy Bet Sport or Roller Dice Racing, Archie Sandals, Programs to Fit, Dartfish, Sports Interactive and the Moseley Bar and Kitchen. Of course, for all the Adelaide footy news, check out the Facebook page. The weekend wrap and the women's wrap will be up tomorrow afternoon. All the A-grade men and all the women's footy results, ladders and upcoming games. Between the posts, lots of interviews as well every Wednesday night. Plenty more there. Thanks to TJ. Thanks also to producer Hugo, our camera crew of James and Liam, and of course boss John Douglas and the filming footy family. So today at Count Rolton, we know the Bs, Teacher Gully by 66, the A's, Teacher Gully by 90 points. I'm Phil Herden saying thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back next week at Cato Oval for Spock and the Brighton Bombers. You've been watching the Adelaide Footy League thanks to Filming Footy, and we'll leave you with Teacher Gully and long-awaited celebrations.